to lead the Skol chant and sound the Yeller horn, please welcome the 31st Adjutant General of the Minnesota National Guard, Major General John Jensen.
Well, hello, this is John Randall, Minnesota Vikings legend, and it is my pleasure to say, Minnesota Vikings fans uncensored, are you ready? Keith, get your people up. Let's go. Skol, 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 baby. Let's go.
Hello, Vikings fans. Welcome to the Let's Skol Show. I'm Fish. With me, as always, I have Mr. Positivity, Cody Bowden. He who greets with smoke, Skoleful Shack. Our captain, Keith, will be joining us in a minute. Happy Thanksgiving to all those who Skol and anyone else watching. Gratitude and food, my favorite holiday and season of the year. Tonight, we have a quick recap of our Week 12 loss to the Green Bay Packers and a preview of our Week 13 win against the Sam Darnold and the Seattle Seahawks. Many of you have been asking for it. Now we're getting it. It's Max Brosmer season with J.J. McCarthy out due to concussion protocol. And what are the realistic expectations and possibilities? What's the current state of the Vikings with the playoffs being out of reach, or are they? We will go around the Gallahorn with our hot takes, and we're going to make our Purple Prophecy predictions. But before we jump into all that, let's break this ice. I know the season hasn't been what we hoped for, but with it being Thanksgiving tomorrow, what's one thing y'all are thankful for this NFL season? Let us know in the comments too, please.
I'm thankful for everybody that watches this show, honestly, especially for the ones that kept in it with us from the very beginning. It wouldn't be the same without them, and then all the new viewers that came on and who has joined us for Skol and Chill, who has watched us growing in this process. Very thankful for y'all. And without you, the show doesn't really go on.
Amen, brother. What you got, Shaq?
For me, I'm thankful for the ability to meet my Let's Go compadres for that Skol Fest. You know, we've been doing this show going on 2 years, and we finally linked up. And, you know, it's all good vibes, you know. I was also thankful for, you know, being able to go to Minnesota for the first time, see a home game. So, definitely thankful for you guys.
Yeah, buddy. Right there with you, Shaq. Got to go see my first home game ever with you guys, see that beautiful stadium, had that turkey bacon BLT at whatchamacallits at fucking midnight. See,
then the night just ended. And then the night just ended right after that BLT. The night was over.
Ended. It was over. We were back in bed at a good hour, and all that stuff, man. Despite the curveballs, I wouldn't trade that weekend for anything, except for maybe a win.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful for being able to do that with you guys, to go to my Mecca to see a home game and be able to hang out with you fellas.
Especially on Sunday night. That was epic.
Especially Sunday night. I forgot about that part.
Yeah, we got to actually enjoy the day before the night got ruined, so that was cool.
Yeah.
After about like 11 a.m., there's just this time skip where it didn't happen.
Yeah. What am I talking about?
Someone wanted to talk to Mick.
Good old Mick.
Somebody wouldn't stop talking to Mick.
He was buying them. I was just putting them back. All right. Thanks, Mick.
Yeah, thanks, Mick.
Well, I'm actually thankful for this type of season that we're having, to be honest. I mean, obviously, I'm thankful for going to Minnesota, meeting up, but I figured you guys would take that, so that's cool. I mean, that was definitely an awesome time, definitely a core moment. But I'm thankful for the type of season we're having, even though it's not a very good season, because it's actually giving us a chance to do what we never do, and that's kind of maybe do a little bit of rebuilding from the ground up, kind of gutting and restarting this thing instead of, just keep doing this rerun over and over and just trying to keep this thing afloat and being a 500 team. Like, it might be a couple years now where we have early draft picks and we have a chance to, get some young talent around here and just really build from the ground up. But it's going to start with getting rid of Kwesi. So, Kwesi, happy holidays, but I hope this is your last one with us.
Yeah, Merry Kwanzaa, buddy.
Salute.
I got also one more. I like to say I'm also thankful for Alex Cortez for taking me to the Vikings bar in Virginia. It was a nice bar. I didn't really expect to see, a Vikings bar somewhere on the East Coast. It's very odd.
Oh, my wife's going to get mad if I don't say this. I'm very thankful for my wife. She is carrying our new baby right now, so it's going to be one hell of a year next year. Hopefully he's not as disappointed as I am when I'm watching the Vikings games.
It's kind of football related since he's going to be a future quarterback.
Yeah, future quarterback. He's got to grow higher than 5'9", though, so we got to.
It ain't happening. I'm sorry. I've seen both of you. You're all petite.
Yeah. Well, maybe take over for Will Riker, because by about that time we'd be ready to retire.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, you could turn into a running back.
Hey.
I'd say stick with the kicker.
Hunter.
No, I don't want him going missing wide right now.
So before we get into this season of despair, there actually was a little bit of positive news around the Viking world, and that was Kevin Williams was announced as a Hall of Fame semifinalist. There are 26 nominated, and he was one of them. So I think this is the first time that he's actually been a semifinalist, so good luck to him. It's been 10 years. His resume, just real quick, he has 4 touchdowns as a defensive tackle, which is the 4th most by a defensive tackle. I mean, the most by defensive tackle, sorry. So that's pretty crazy to think about it. A defensive tackle getting 4 touchdowns. He has 5 interceptions, which is tied most all time for a defensive tackle. 63 sacks, 5 first-team All-Pros, and 5 All-Decade teams. So he's only one of 5 players in history to have 5 first-team All-Pros and be part of the All-Decade team. So, he actually has the merits to get into Hall of Fame. I just don't know if he's going to get in on his first time, because out of these 26, only 4 to 8 will make it. And there's some names on there like Drew Brees, Phillip Rivers, Larry Fitzgerald, Torrey Holt, Frank Gore, Rodney Harrison, Luke Kuechly, Terrell Suggs, even Adam Vinatieri. That's some good names on there. But you guys think he should get in?
I mean, that's not a bad resume for a guy that was picked outside the top 10.
I think he should get in. I mean, he's probably the most underrated player on this whole list for the semifinalists, in my opinion. 5 first-team All-Pros, All-Decade status teams, 5 times 2. That's ridiculous. But is he going to beat a guy out like Drew Brees? No, because he probably got Drew Brees has a Super Bowl. Eli's got a Super Bowl. He has a chance of beating Rivers, but I think he's the most underrated guy on this list, and I think he still deserves to get in no matter what.
Yeah, I think he deserves to get in. I just don't know if he's going to get the first one, right, Fish? Or you think he might get in on this one? Because, those names, those are all real good names, but some of them, they were semifinalists last year. They didn't make it. Like, Eli was a finalist, and he didn't get in last year.
I mean, Matt Vinatieri, man. I mean, talk about a kick god.
Yeah, he deserves to be in. Terrell Suggs. Yeah, they say 4 to 8 every year. So I do think he'll make it to at least a finalist. Which, that gets him on the doorstep, and then maybe next year he can knock it down. But
Do we have
I'll root for him to get in this year.
Linemen?
What was that?
Do we have the most Hall of Fame defensive linemen in the league? I'm wondering for real.
Definitely up there.
Lo, you didn't see a blurb about him coming back. You saw people trying to wish it into existence or speak it into existence, the possibility of Daniel Jones coming back. And they're only saying that because Daniel Jones only signed a 1-year deal with the Colts. But I got to imagine they're probably working on something over there.
Definitely.
But quarterback will be something we'll be talking about tonight and for the foreseeable future. But first, let's go ahead and recap this game real quick that happened on Sunday, where the Vikings took an ugly loss to the Packers, 23-6, falling to 4-7 on the season. We don't really got to dig too deep on this one. It was just an ugly game. Felt like the Vikings didn't show up as a whole. Very bad play at the quarterback. And like I said, we'll be talking a lot about the quarterback today. I felt like the offensive line regressed in this game, or maybe the Green Bay Packers defense was just that badass. Maybe Ryan Kelly threw off the chemistry a little bit, and we said we were worried about that happening. Receivers really weren't getting that open. Even when they were, McCarthy was kind of holding on to the ball too long. He did make a couple nice passes, but then he also sold a couple. And it's kind of sad that we got to point out that, he did make that one good pass. Once again, our run game was working, but at some point, you do have to pass the ball. And I think KOC was trying to mix it up and did a good job of it. Just the pass game wasn't working. We were getting smoked on 3 and outs. I think we were like 2 for 10 on third down, which you're not going to win too many games that way. The play I hated the most, Hawkinson being under center on 3rd and 1 after Jordan Mason was just doing whatever he wanted running through that line. And then you get cute and do the KOC thing that you got to do at least once a game. Defense, for the most part, I feel like the defense did their job, but there's still a lot of missed tackles, and the secondary was soft. A lot of props to the pass rush, because the pass rush was getting to Jordan Love. They only sacked him once, but they were forcing a lot of incompletes and really helping out our weak secondary. And it's just unfortunate that the season's really over before Thanksgiving. And I'm kind of wondering, can we get flexed out of the Christmas game? So
yeah, but I don't know if the Lions can get flexed out of the Christmas game.
Can they just play somebody else?
Yeah, right.
Let's just forfeit.
So before we get your guys' takes from this game, Fish, you got a catch for us?
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty obvious. It was a non-catch that was the catch, and it's really unfortunate because it was the Miles Price fumble on the punt in the third. I think it was the third quarter, and really, he didn't do all that much wrong. From what I remember, the general rule is if you're standing at the 10 and the ball goes over your head, you let it go, see if it's going to be a touchback, and he did, and it took a Green Bay bounce, and he didn't position himself well. That's the most he did wrong, and it touched him, and they recovered, and it went from being a 10-6 game to a 17-6 game, and it was over. I won't say that it killed our momentum, but they didn't really have a lot of momentum either. So.
No, they didn't.
I mean, this could have been just sort of a slog where we could have got lucky, kind of like with the the Ravens, the Bears, where just all of a sudden we came to life, scored, went up, and then ended up giving up the loss in the very last seconds.
Looks like 90.
But this just really ended it.
Just got his damn hand up. Yeah, this play was a big turning point and was a pretty easy one to point out. it really changed the complex of the game. I mean, I don't know if it would have changed the whole thing because we could get nothing going on offense anyways. I see what Price was trying to do on that play. He was trying to prevent the guy from getting in there and downing it inside the 5-yard line. So I get what he was trying to do. Like you said, they are taught to get away from that ball. And unfortunate for him, that thing just took a bounce right into his damn face.
Yeah, I mean, I almost made that stupid Hawk play, the catch, but this one really just almost directly resulted in 7 points and making it a 2-score game. I just couldn't get away from this one. It was just really unfortunate.
They usually have a code word for like if the ball's about to touch, that they scream out so everybody clears so the ball don't touch nobody. I don't know if that's a lack of communication, but somebody messed up.
I mean, he's probably the one supposed to be yelling it, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because he's the one that sees the ball coming.
To me, I criticize Price a lot, I know. I think he does a lot, and it's a little bit too much at times. And it's my only complaint on Price. And I think going for that block, he should just clear it out. He knew it was going. He thought he knew it was going to the end zone. Just clear out. The Packers guy touches it down. Who cares? That dude is screaming down the field, and you're a standstill punt returner. You're not moving, so you're definitely getting blown up. You ain't blocking nobody. So he should have just cleared out, in my opinion. But yeah, that was a big turning point.
I just think as a special teamer, you're always trying to make a play, and unfortunately, when it goes that way, it just makes you look like an ass.
Yeah.
Also, that was coming off of, we had a great defensive stop. Like that drive, our defense shut shit down, and then to see the punt fail like that, it was like, wow, game's over. Time to go do something else.
So,
besides that, Fish, what were your takes from this one?
Just an abysmal game. Here, and the problem is we could have done exactly what the Packers did, which was just run the ball right down their throats and just incessantly pounded the rock right down their throats the whole damn game. Yeah, you eventually got to throw the ball. But I mean, if we could have run the ball 70% of the plays, and it could have been a really fast, really boring game, and we might have won. Unfortunately, we have a few good run plays. We get inside their 40, and KOC's like, okay, let's start throwing it. To hell with that run, and we don't need to run that shit anymore. We're on their side of the 50. And I'm tired of it. Like Cody said before, it's predictable plays. All right, we ran it. Okay, now we're going to throw it. We're going to absolutely abandon the run inside their 40-yard line, and he's not looking like the offensive genius we all thought he might have been.
Yeah.
But do you think some of it might be because of the way the quarterback was playing, where it's like, well, I mean, we were doing 3 and outs. Like he's not. We run Shaq like 40 plays or something like that.
Something like that. It could be. I know Tyler had brought it up in one of the chats. Execution, but you got to see. Okay, these pass plays you're doing for the quarterback is not working. Even if you scheme it up perfectly, it's not working. So you got to figure something else out because he's not throwing the ball where it needs to be, or the receiver's not there. Something's off, so we can't execute it. So we got to adjust. Adjustments is what's going to basically make or break KOC as a coach.
What else did you notice from the game, Shaq?
When was his first interception or sack? What quarter was that?
Late in the game, wasn't it?
In the game, I thought he was proficient until we just started throwing the ball.
You mean when we went down by 2 scores?
What else I noticed in the ball?
What else I noticed in this game? Pretty much, for some reason, we couldn't stop their defensive line, like you was alluding to. It's just frustrating watching one play of Michael Parsons rip through the interior of our offensive line for that sack, and then watching JJ McCarthy evaded the sack just to hold on to the ball and get sacked anyways. I'm like, oh man. It's like not Mickey Mouse football, but pretty much what I said back when we went to the Falcons game. It's like watching a high school football team play.
Mm-hmm.
And it's frustrating.
I know Darius, I don't ever want to see Parsons again. This is the second time that he's played against Parsons, and that's probably his 2 worst games ever. And people will say, well, it's Micah Parsons. You know, he's really good. I was like, well, Chris and Darius are supposed to be really good. So it should be a better battle. And it wasn't. What did you take away from that game, Cody?
Yeah, Micah Parsons is going to be a problem for quite a long time in this division. I was mad when Packers got him. I knew it was going to be a problem, and it showed up as a problem. Sticking a young quarterback like McCarthy out there against Parsons, you knew it was disaster just waiting to happen. And the way he's been playing too. It's unfortunate we lost the Packers, but hey, it is what it is. It's a down year. We'll come back stronger next year, hopefully.
Yeah. So this ended up being like one of the worst statistical games by a quarterback in Vikings history. JJ McCarthy was 12 of 19 for 89 yards, no touchdowns, and those 2 late interceptions. He was sacked 5 times, had a QBR of 17.9 and a quarterback rating of 34.2. So after this performance, where are you guys at with JJ McCarthy? Cody?
Keep working on it. You know, I don't. If he's the starter next year, still want to root for the guy. I'm not going to wish he fails or wish I had a "I told you so" moment. I want him to succeed. I want any quarterback to succeed on this team. So if it's JJ McCarthy, I'm still on boat with it. Right? If that's going to be the starter moving forward, I will still be on boat for it. So I'm still with JJ McCarthy.
Are you seeing like anything positive, or are you kind of losing that a little bit?
I'm so when the plays are scripted, I see positivity, but when they come off script, it gets pretty rough. It's really, really rough. But that's something him and KOC have to come together to work on. I thought his passes that he sailed in the beginning of the year or the last 3 games, it really didn't show out here. I think it was a tipped ball that got picked, and on that one, the last throw, he had that one sailed pass. I don't even know if that was even tipped to that safety behind. I think it was Jefferson. He just has lots to learn, and he's the quarterback going forward. I'm still going to root for the guy because he's the Vikings quarterback.
I think that the first interception was his arm got hit, and then the second one where he really sailed it and just looked like a terrible pass. I think he was concussed by then, because that was after the hit. I mean,
you sure it wasn't on the airplane?
I'm giving him a little of the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, he tripped on the airplane and got a concussion.
But it was garbage.
It's a soft benching. It's a soft benching.
Oh yeah, you're right. It's soft bench.
It was trash.
Yeah, nothing to do with this. Look at him. Look at his body.
Like what body part was the first thing to hit the ground?
Is that when he sniffs?
Look at his body. He's out. Boom. He's out right there. Like,
does he sniff the salt?
Like Herb did. They're calling the fight.
Yo, did Hawkinson give him some smelling salts?
They say like he had ripped it out of his bag, out of his little fanny pack in the back.
That's so crazy. I gotta see. Look at Hawkinson's hand in his face.
Look at him and Naylor just pick him up. If him and Naylor don't pick him up, I think he comes out of that game.
Oh yeah.
And that's the thing. Are we gonna get fined for that?
Robbie, they're not excuses. We said he played like garbage. He was ass. We're just saying he got a concussion.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't think he got a concussion, even though his head slammed first into the grass.
Yeah, I'm just saying I don't think there's any kind of soft benching. If you're going to do a soft benching from an injury, you're not going to do it with a concussion, because the NFLPA gets involved with a concussion and it's kind of out of your hands at that point. So
he got spiked like his screen pass to Aaron Jones.
I mean, he was terrible before the concussion. So I mean, it's obvious he's not ready to be a starter. But
no,
where are you at with JJ McCarthy right now, Fish?
Okay, I'm not out. I'm paused.
That's good.
Okay. If we're going to send a young quarterback out there to get his ass whooped, beat the shit out of, make a lot of mistakes, cost us the game, I'd much rather it be the UDFA that we don't have that much invested in. And maybe, just maybe, give our top 10 pick a chance to learn how to play this game at an NFL level, while our UDFA or Wolford and Wentz and the assembly line of dispensable QBs that we can send out there to get destroyed and be cannon fodder while this kid gets ready. I saw a lot of problems, like you guys alluded to. It wasn't all just mechanics. I'm just saying that it's got to be fixed. I don't see it being fixed while he's actually getting ready to play a game. It's just too much put on him right now. If he's going to be fixed, send everybody else out there to get their ass coated in oil and fried. Just not him. I don't want to see him play again until next year.
Where are you at with Jonathan McCarthy, Shaq?
I'm at the point where I want to be wrong. I wanted him to be pro ready after 1 year of sitting on the bench coming off a meniscus injury. But it's like the odds was definitely against him. Like, we're asking a young quarterback to be a top 10, top 15 quarterback in this league where, yeah, some quarterbacks make it look easy as a rookie, but how many quarterbacks actually came in their first season and lit the NFL on fire? Not saying this is an excuse. He is playing like one of the worst quarterbacks to ever play in the NFL. But at the end of the day, he doesn't have that much experience in the NFL. So I'm at the point where, like Fish said, I'm at a pause. Like, I don't want to put blind faith and hope, keep doing that until he actually show improvement, because that's what I did with he who should not be named, who we took with the 12th pick.
Yeah.
I
I don't want those comparisons. I don't want those comparisons either.
Who? I can't hear you, Fish. It sounded a little fuzzy.
Oh, it must be my internet connection.
Yeah. I'm ready to say that, you know, he's not starter ready in the NFL, and I'm not out on him as a whole, but I think it's obvious that now he's more of a project than he is like our immediate starter. I think going forward, the Vikings kind of got to treat him like he was drafted in the 3rd or 4th round and just bring him along slowly and do his development in the background. Got to stop treating him like a top 10 pick that's ready to go, because he's not. But there is the potential there. He does have intangibles, but he obviously needs developing, and I'm sure we will be talking a lot about that because, I mean, our offseason already basically started. I'm trying not to blow our whole offseason load before the Super Bowl.
I got plenty of load to give.
But I'm definitely not out. I just think we got to approach this thing a little bit differently and realize that, you know what, he might have to be a backup for a year or two. And that's just the truth. And it sucks. I just don't want this to turn into a situation where it seems like all other teams are like, well, we took this guy early in the 1st round. He's not panning out. Get rid of him. Someone else could have him and develop him. He's ours. Like, might as well work on him here and see if we can get him to that level. Like, again, we've said it over and over. He is only 22 years old. So if he has to sit for a couple years, he's not going to get that big contract after the 5th year. We can work and develop him. And in the meantime, might have to look at other options. We might have that other option here. We're going to find that out on Sunday.
I mean, he might sit until year 5, and then before he even plays in year 5, get a $50 million a year contract. Nah, Vikings wouldn't be stupid enough to do that with a quarterback that's untested. It only turns out to be average.
Viking Skoler, what's up, man? Definitely not saying there aren't quarterbacks that come in and aren't good right away. There are. There definitely are. And I'm conceding that he is not one of them. He's going to take some time in development, and we shouldn't, I guess, be watching it every Sunday. Like, there's stuff that It's not going to be fixed just throwing him out there to the wolves. Like, he needs to be worked on.
I think
I'm okay with that.
I think it would be more damaging at this point to keep sending him out there to get killed.
Brady played his rookie year. That's the year they went.
No,
I'm pretty sure that was his rookie year. Actually, when I don't think he started the whole year, but when Bledsoe got hurt, and he had to come in.
That was okay.
I think that was week 7. Severed artery from Bledsoe.
Was that what the injury was? I just remember he took a damn hit on the sideline. I never knew what the injury was.
Severed an artery.
Tom Brady got to start in his second season. He was 4-string his rookie year.
And that's not normal, as Robbie would say. I give him credit for that. That's an anomaly.
Yeah, but he came out as a damn Pro Bowler. But you're not expecting him to be Tom Brady, honestly. Brock Purdy would be fine. And I don't care that Brock Purdy was Mr. Irrelevant in the draft and he was taken number 10. A good game-engine quarterback that hopefully doesn't turn over the ball twice a game like he's been doing. I'll take it.
But Brock Purdy comes back for his first start in over 2 months and throws 3 picks in a quarter.
You don't take it off.
He shook that off and they won.
You don't take a game manager quarterback top 10. That's like second round at best.
T-Bass, you know I'm going to be counting the practice stats. You know I am.
You know, there's one other reasons why I'm not absolutely out on JJ McCarthy.
No, I don't wear a slice of cheese on my head, so no, I don't feel embarrassed or like a dumbass.
There's one other thing I took from this game, which is the main reason why I'm not out on JJ McCarthy and overreacting about him. This is the same Green Bay Packers defense that held the Philadelphia Eagles to 10 points. I mean, they still lost to the Eagles, but I mean that this is a really good defense. And so, I mean, held them to 10 points. They held another team to 13. I mean, it's a pretty good. If they're not number 1 defense in the league, they're top 5. So it can happen.
Tommy, I take it the truce is over. Steve, my hat is sick and you know it.
I feel like it's easy to get his compliment back.
That's stupid, Keith. Show him a real stupid hat.
I'd have to go inside to get it. But it's not stupid, though. That's the thing.
You put the motherfucker on.
So we're going to go ahead and do our laps, and we're going to give JJ McCarthy our team laps. He's going to keep running for a second week in a row. We like to give out laps when our team loses, and we might be giving out laps till the end of the year, which would be fine because that would be great for our draft position. But Shaq, who are yours going to this week?
My laps is going to Javon Hargrave. I think John Allen had the better run defensive grade, according to PFF. And it was like, it's just what Fish was alluding to earlier, just running the ball up the middle. And like seeing our defense, seeing Emmanuel Wilson run through defensive tackles, linebackers, and Metellus is like, can you even stop the run? It's like, I get you guys the pass rushers, but y'all letting Emmanuel Wilson, who's not their starting running back, y'all make him seem like he's Josh Jacobs back there. I think he had the most carries this season against us, and he had the most rushing yards. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like, it worries me because at the end of the day, if we can't stop the receivers, or I can't say if we can't stop the receivers because it seems like B-Flow only goes into a game either with one objective, stop the run game or stop the pass game. We never do both. So it's just frustrating. So I'm making Hargrave run some laps.
Gets to running. I'm going to stay on the defensive side of the ball. And kind of like last week, my frustration with this player kind of runs beyond this game, but it was sticking out again, and that's going to Josh Metellus. I just feel like the guy's kind of been playing soft. He's been weak in coverage, and he's been missing tackles, and he did all three of those things in this game. He was getting trucked by that backup running back, Emmanuel Wilson, missing tackles, getting outrun by tight ends on coverage to the point where he had an armbar one and took a pass interference call. I feel like ever since 2023, he's declined a little bit. 2023 was like his best year. 2024, he was pretty good, but we were still kind of like, well, it's not the same guy. And then now it's like, I don't even know if we need him on this team. Like, everyone's like, oh, he's so versatile, but that's because he's not good at one thing. It's kind of, you could do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And I don't know what it was about 2023, but that was working, but now it's not. I don't know if he got paid and he's just making business decisions out there and doesn't want to get hurt. But like, I seem like O-Lane running backs, like, I'm not going to make that tackle. And just seen a big decline in him. And in this game, it really showed a lot. So for me, Josh Metellus, you're running laps. Who you got, Cody?
The guy I got is what Fish had in his catch, is Miles Price. The ball is going past the 10. I criticize him a lot, right? You just gotta leave it, right? And the fumble that hits you right square in the face mask, and it's a huge turning point in the game. Yeah, it's Miles Price to me, and I think Miles Price is a dangerous kick returner, punt returner when he has the ball in his hands. I just think he does a little bit too much. So for just doing a little bit too much, Miles Price, and this is your third basic mistake in the past 2 weeks, you're going to run a lap.
Yep, I'm on board with that. And I really do like Price. I find myself having to defend him a lot when we're in our group chat because you're always at his ass. But I know that you appreciate what he does do, but you're quick to point out the stuff. And on things like that, I just can't defend him. Who you got running, Fish?
Last week I made Josh McCown run laps, and I said I would make him run laps until he fixes this damn quarterback. And he did not fix this damn quarterback. Josh, keep your track shoes on. Tell you what, every time J.J. McCarthy, or in solidarity with my boy Shaq, Jonathan McCarthy, every time he throws a pick or a boneheaded play in practice, go, run laps, fix him, run laps, get tired, fix him, or run laps. Damn, I wish he would have got a head coaching job.
Well, he's not going to get one now.
I know, but I wish he would have got one so he couldn't be our problem.
They got to be doing something this offseason to fix it. Your whole career depends on it. The head coach, the GM, all the way down.
Robert, I know what you're talking about, but I don't see the second part of this happening. He says, I have a feeling that Kwesi is getting the axe and KOC might as well, and we might give the job to Flores. Because history shows when we lose to the Ravens, the GM and head coach get fired.
History also shows that when we have a coaching decision between two coordinators, we tend to not keep the really good one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't think KOC is in any trouble, but Kwesi, maybe. Depends how the Wills feel about their money.
If J.J. McCarthy's bad for the remaining of his contract, they're getting fired.
I think Kwesi will get fired this offseason unless it's about the money because they did just give him an extension. It's not like a player you can cut him and you don't got to pay him. You still got to pay him. So if the Wilfs do keep him around, it's not a football decision. It's a financial business decision.
And if that millions of dollars means that much to them, then they're not the billionaires we think they are. And they're too weak of owners. Give us some. Well,
they are like the 27th richest owner, so they are poor as far as NFL owners are concerned.
Yeah, we are one of the poorest ownership, one of the poorest.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's amazing that they paid the stadium off early, and that's wonderful, but their net worth is not that high. And if they consider that a financial windfall to where they'd be like, oh crap, I don't think we can really afford it, then we need different owners.
So again, it looks like J.J. McCarthy is going to miss some time. Could be a week. It could be multiple weeks. It's probably going to depend how Max Brosmer plays to see how long that concussion actually does linger. We have a lot of free agents that we got excited about that haven't exactly panned out. The current season has caused us to look into the future, and that has been pretty. We're talking about firing people. We're talking about rebuilding. We're currently 4-7, last place in the North. We're not mathematically eliminated, but our last rites have been read. Vikings currently have a 2% chance of making the playoffs, and depending where you look, they have about a 50 to 60% chance of a top 10 pick.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
There's the chance of whatever you want to happen this year, there is a chance of it happening.
So many opportunities.
If you want to make the playoffs, that could still happen. If you want a top 10 pick, that could happen. What would you do with the top 10 pick anyway, right, Fish?
Yeah, I mean,
probably not a
quarterback.
quarterback.
Regime is doing it. Yeah, I'm not interested. I don't care.
Probably trade back to like pick 31 and take a safety and
not get next year's first.
And not get next year's first.
Do we have a chance at a top 5 pick?
What's that?
Yes.
Chance at a
all
top
we gotta
5?
do
Yeah,
is
we
lose
do.
out and get a little help.
No, we definitely do, but I don't see it. I really don't. I think we're gonna end up 12 to 15. So start your scouting there. But I do think we're going to get at least 6 wins.
Start at 8. Start at right that 8 spot, Shaq. That's probably our optimal.
8, that's fine with me.
That
means we could trade up or trade back. Don't worry, E. Quasy's going to watch the Let's Go podcast on the all season. And he's going to listen to me for the first time.
So as mentioned earlier, looks like McCarthy's going to miss the time, and it's Brosmer time. A large part of our fan base was screaming for him to start over McCarthy following last game before the injury news even came out. And now they're going to get what they asked for. Cody, Brosmer will be starting for the Vikings on Sunday. What kind of emotion does that stir up for you?
I hope he does well. I hope he wins us this game. I hope he balls out. I hope he's a great quarterback. Because if he's a great quarterback and he succeeds, that means the Minnesota Vikings succeed. So good luck, Brosmer. I hope you do very well.
What about you, Fish? What does that do for you knowing that Max Brosmer is starting on Sunday?
It leaves me concerned of the worst possible scenario, which is Maximus could make us look like a competent offense and we could still lose. But because we look like a competent offense and we maybe move up and down the field, all of a sudden, just because we look like a competent, gaining yards. I mean, just saying we're moving the ball. And that could create a QB controversy. Even if we still lose, we don't score a lot. But if everybody's pointing to the fact, look, not as many 3-and-outs. We went 6-and-out, type of situation. But like I said earlier, throw his ass to the wolves. Throw Wolford's ass to the wolves. Hell, I'll even sign up as a quarterback. Throw my ass to the wolves. I don't care. Just keep Jonathan McCarthy off the damn field.
I'm going to be honest. It gives me a little bit of rejuvenation, a little bit of hope, because it's something that we haven't seen. And, I've already admitted that McCarthy is not working out as a quarterback this year. He needs work. Let's see what this guy's got. There's been a lot of stuff out there about him. I never saw him play in college. I never saw him play. All I've ever seen him play was in preseason. So that's all I got to go off of. But it looked good. But so did McCarthy. So I don't know how much to take that. It's a big grain of salt. But there are people who have said that he looks like an NFL quarterback from his time in college and looks like a guy that's going to be in the league for a long time. So there are positive signs coming out. And what if he does come and ball out? I'm okay with that. Like if he ends up being a Brock Purdy story or even better, I'm okay with that happening. Like I'm not going to be like,
What if he becomes a Kurt Warner story?
Yeah. I mean, all likelihood he becomes a random 7th round story, even though he's under a free agent. But in the moment, it actually has me more excited to watch this game than I would have been going to watch my 4-7 team going to Seattle to play the Seahawks. I'm a little bit more excited about this game because of it. Is basically what I'm getting at. Like, it gives me a little, oh, okay. Like, how are you going to keep the fans interested? Well, let's put in the UDFA rookie quarterback. Well, you got my attention. Like, if McCarthy was healthy and they would have done this, probably wouldn't have been as excited about it. I probably would have been a little, all right, let's see what he's got, but not as, I'm actually looking forward to it. What about you, Shaq?
I'm just ready to get this Brosmer train hype over with. If he does well, then I'm happy, obviously, because that means the Vikings is doing well. But if he sucks ass, I expected that. So that's my expectations for Brosmer. I believe he's going to suck ass, but I hope he does well.
That was your expectations for McCarthy, so you just keep that up, then you're never going to be let down.
Well, I had a little bit of expectation. You know, you guys hyped me up saying JJ McCarthy's that guy and he's ready to start. So I had a little faith in JJ McCarthy, Jonathan McCarthy.
Now you got me calling him Jonathan.
Yeah, Jonathan. I'm sorry, Keith got me confused out here.
How I got you confused?
Because you're talking about JJ. JJ is the receiver. Jonathan is with the concussion right now.
No, he's Jettas.
But honestly, I do want to see Brosmer succeed because that means the Vikings are winning.
How do you think the fan base is going to treat Brosmer compared to McCarthy? Are they going to be just as hard on him if he flops, or you think they're going to celebrate him a little more? You know, I don't know how I really want to ask this question, but how do you think the fan base is going to treat him?
First touchdown.
Patience.
First touchdown. Told you he's better. Told you. Look at that throw. JJ McCarthy wasn't making that throw.
And that's a bummer that it has to be that way. It really is. But I get it, because probably would have did the same thing if someone was coming in and showing up Kirk Cousins.
I was just about to say that. We kind of did the same thing with Kirk Cousins. Like, so as Dobbs got in, we was like, well, Dobbs is clearly better than Kirk Cousins. So, yeah, we just got to be patient with everything.
Was Moon a UDFA?
Yep.
Moon?
Moon.
Oh, Moon.
He was not a UDFA. He was drafted. They tried to convert him to a wide receiver, and then he went over to Canada and came back.
I think he was a UDFA.
Yeah, he's a UDFA. Yeah. The top 30 greatest of all time.
Fish is looking stuff up now.
You better believe I am. That's my favorite football player of all time.
So I knew Romo and Kurt Warner was. I didn't know Warner was.
I believe so. I believe he's the only reason I knew because he's one of the greatest that they talk about for UDFAs.
But I think Robbie made an interesting point. UDFA from Minnesota. I think that's going to be a great crowd pleaser if he does.
One completed pass, that crowd's going to, it's going to be in Seattle, so the crowd won't erupt. But
yeah,
every Viking fan watching it at home will go nuts.
I hope the kid does great, though. I would just slings over what's the most McCarthy threw over? 228?
240 something?
Yeah. 241? Yeah, 241. I hope he goes over 250. Score some touchdowns, or just makes the offense look confident.
Just complete the easy passes at this point.
Well, I want to see a deep ball get completed. It's been quite a long time for that.
Oh, you're going E?
Hey.
Yeah, remember, this is the one where we said, no, don't let Keith within 50 yards, 50 miles of that stadium E. Pay some people to keep Keith away,
I didn't know he was actually going.
full body.
Now that we're looking forward to draft picks, why don't you go ahead to that game? Seal the deal, baby.
Now? You want me to go? I'll go there and show you I can win.
Make sure you tell Sam Donald I said hi. Tell him I miss him.
Yeah, I want to know what's he's at. I want to know what's louder. Is the 12th man louder or is Minnesota louder at US Bank? It'd be an interesting thing to talk about with E.
I think they would go 12th man. I wouldn't be biased and say we're louder, but I think they're going to go 12th man since, everybody know Seattle crowd as the 12th man.
Mm-hmm. Because I've been to Kansas City Stadium, and that's super loud. I think that's louder than this stadium.
It's easy to be loud when your teams are winning games. I think at a certain point, Minnesota fans are just like, what am I wasting my energy for? Like, y'all not even using the momentum we're giving them, the players. Like, we lost all home field advantage this year.
Yeah, we aren't good in home field advantage.
We also had quite the tough home schedule.
But I know what we are good for in home field advantage because we're 4-0 at it. We are good at hitting the overs in home. We are 4-0 so far on the season, and we are 7-4 on the year in total. And my call it for this week is going to be the Vikings Seattle Seahawks game at 41.5 will hit the over. All right, just because of trends, something Fish really likes to talk about. What do you think, Fish? You think it's going to?
I think Seattle's going to score over 41, so I'll agree with that.
I'm on the same boat.
That's
I think
embarrassing.
Fish just went over 41.5.
Oh, yeah.
Which side is leaning with the most points?
For me?
Mm-hmm. Oh, there it is. Brian answered.
Fuck Seattle up.
Yeah, I'm going with the
Vikings actually have been 4-7 5 times before. The last time was in 2014. They finished 7-9. But if anybody wants, some hope to be sold to them, there have been 3 teams since 2020 that have started 4-7 and have made the playoffs. In 2020, Washington finished 7-9 and they made the playoffs. 2022, Jacksonville finished 9-8, made the playoffs and won a playoff game. And in 2023, Tampa Bay Buccaneers finished 9-8, made the playoffs and also won a playoff game. So there have been 2 teams to start 4-7 to go to the playoffs and to win a playoff game. So how's that for some hopium?
So none of them won a Super Bowl.
No, they won a playoff game.
Okay. Top 10 pick.
You would take a top 10 pick over a playoff win?
I know I said this before. I want to see us go to the playoffs and get Jonathan McCarthy some playoff experience. It's just I'm not trying to be embarrassed in the playoffs again. Like this team right now, we made the playoffs, it would be embarrassing.
Well, that's not very positive. I'm trying to sell you hope.
Oh, my bad. The Vikings sold me all the hope. It's bad hope. Bad hope.
This wouldn't be a bad year to get a top 10 pick, though, because this is like the first time I think in the Quasi era that we have all of our top 3 picks, the first 3 rounds. So that top 10 pick, I mean, that's what, 3 in the top 100?
I don't care if we only made 2 in the top 100. Just get the best players available.
Maybe four picks in the top 100?
Maybe. I'm thinking that the second, third rounder would be outside the top 100.
Well, no, I mean the entirety of the third round is in the top 100 because that's 96.
Oh, yeah, because it's what's at 96? 96.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and if we have the fourth pick overall, then we've got another pick in the top 100, right?
Well, yeah, if we had number 1 overall. That's so depressing to talk about.
Not more depressing than the season.
That's what we're talking about. So let's go ahead and get into this Seahawks game. The Seahawks are coming off a 30-24 win against the Tennessee Titans, which that game was a lot closer than I imagined, and I bet a lot closer than a lot of Seahawks fans imagined. They are 8-3, and the Seahawks are being considered Super Bowl contenders, while the Vikings might be the most mean team in the NFL. The Seahawks lead the all-time series 13-7. Surprised we've only played 20 times. Seems like we play every year, so that's kind of crazy. It's only been 20 times. Surprisingly, the Vikings have won the last 2 times that we've played after the Seahawks beat us 7 straight times. The Seahawks come into this game as 10.5-point favorites. This is the biggest the Vikings have ever been an underdog since 2013, which was also against the Seahawks in Seattle, where the Vikings lost 41-20. So let me give you guys a little bit of trivia. This one should be a little bit easy. Aside from Sam Darnold, 2 other quarterbacks have played for both the Vikings and the Seahawks. Who are they?
Tavares Jackson, RIP.
Yeah, I didn't even hear the question. You were skipping.
You just don't know. It's okay.
I don't know the second one.
Besides Sam Darnold, 2 other quarterbacks have played for the Vikings and the Seahawks.
Warren Moon.
You looked it up?
No.
Trevor, I know
He
Jackson's
played his
one of them.
last 2 years with them after he left us.
That is correct. The Vikings and Seahawks both use a poison pill clause in a contract against each other.
Steve Hutchinson.
For which 2 players?
Steve Hutchinson and
Sidney Rice.
no,
Close.
Nate Burleson.
Yep.
Yeah, there it is.
So the poison pills were clauses within the contract that made it hard for each team to be able to match the offer because they were both restricted free agents. And when the Vikings signed Steve Hutchinson, there was a clause in there that if Seattle didn't make Hutchinson the highest paid offensive lineman on their team, then his full contract would be guaranteed. And the Vikings were offering him $49 million, which is a lot at that time. And the Seahawks had just made Walter Jones the highest paid offensive lineman. So they would have to go over that in order to keep Hutchinson. So that's basically how he was allowed to walk and come over to us. Then Nate Burleson became an unrestricted free agent, and Seattle offered him a contract. And in that contract, it said if he was to play 5 or more games in the state of Minnesota, his full contract would be guaranteed. And it was like a $49 million contract as well.
God, we are some. Who's the GM
After that,
for us? Who is that?
The NFL got rid of poison pills. You can't do that stuff anymore.
It's the GM we need.
I don't think we had a GM at that time.
When did Spillman come in?
He was there, but he wasn't official GM. They had that weird thing going on with Spillman
for a while.
Childress, the committee. And then Spillman eventually took over with, I think his first pick was AP.
You know what? Spielman did that poison pill.
Well, I'm pretty sure AP came before Hutchinson.
Nah.
Yeah. So it's not.
It could be Spillman. I just don't know if he had that title yet.
No,
I know he was on.
I just looked it up. He didn't have the title until 2012. He was the president at that time.
Okay.
So let's find out how these Seahawks are looking this year. Let's bring on our enemy.
Keep it up, OKC.
Adam, what's up?
Hey, fellas. Fish, Keith, Cody, Shaq. Awesome to be with you guys, even if I am an enemy. Maybe by the end of this, we can be frenemies at least. Like, maybe we can get to a little better place here. No? Okay, fair enough. All right.
We can be friends.
Yeah. Well, we can maybe be like short-term friends here for just like a minute.
Well, Shaq's our resident Sam Darnold stan, so he's
okay.
almost
Do you want him back?
No.
We'll give you Max Brosmer for Sam Darnold.
No, I'll keep Sam for one more year till we can get a real quarterback up to speed. But I understand that you guys are in a tough spot here quarterback wise this season. It's just for us Seahawks fans here, we're kind of going through it with Sam here early. I know the numbers look good and the record's good and all of that, but some of the clutch time stuff has looked like the clutch time stuff that we've seen throughout his career. It's been a little difficult. Now, I also was one of the few Seahawks fans that was not elated for the Sam Darnold deal, but others are. So
that's funny
So
that
you're saying there's a
came out
ceiling.
right away. That came out because I mean that was the first question I was going to ask you. I was like, let's just get this, out of the way. Like, how do you feel about Sam Darnold? And it seems like he's a bridge quarterback for you.
Oh, big time. Yeah, he's a big puddle of meh for me, just because there's certain guys that that are going to be great in the regular season, and they're going to make you competitive and get you to that wild card round, and then you're all excited, and then just break your heart into 1,000 pieces. And Sam did that to me already this season. We go into this Rams game earlier a couple weeks ago before the Titans game, and it's the clash of the Titans of the NFC, right? The two teams vying for the number one spot. Fucking Rams, we're so sick of them. I'm sick of Sean McVay. I'm sick of his hair gel. I'm sick of his capris. I'm sick of everything about LA.
Capris,
and I wanted to beat them so bad in that game, and he had played so well, enough for me to start to get excited and be like, hey, maybe he did just need another year, and he can fix this. And in Kubiak's system where we run the ball a lot, we don't ask him to do a ton, and the windows are wide open, that maybe, just maybe, he could harness this turnover problem. And he doesn't throw one. He doesn't throw two. He throws 4 hideous interceptions for literally no reason. He had all of the things that he needed in that game to perform well. The defense was balling. The offensive line gave up only 25% pressures throughout that game. We were running the ball well, and he just crapped the bed. And he broke my heart. He hurt my feelings in that game, and I'm having a hard time with it still. And we even saw it crop up a little bit in the Titans game, even though we don't see any INTs on the stat line. He had 2 balls for sure that very easily could have been picks, and a third one, I might argue, in the end zone that was a little over-aggressive.
So
You know
would you
what?
say that
We
most
are
of the
gonna be
Seattle
friends.
fans are on your side? Or are you in the minority of this feeling about Sam Darnold?
I am in the minority on this. Yep, and I have been since the beginning of it. And it is starting to shift, though. We are starting to see people start to wonder if this is a guy that you can, win. Because here's the thing. You get to the wild card round, okay? Let's say you get there. Now I'm counting on Sam Darnold to not just win 1 big game, but 4 big games in a row. Does that seem plausible to you? Because it doesn't seem plausible to me.
We've seen it firsthand. We've seen it firsthand.
Hey, let me just say something, Adam.
Yeah.
We are going to be friends by the end of this, and you want to know why?
Sure.
Because you are going to be the first enemy we've had on this season that is not going to ask us if we miss Sam Darnold.
No, because honestly, I listened to your guys' last show before I popped on, just so I could get a feel for everybody and just kind of the vibe of the group and like where things are going. And I understand it was post game, and I'm usually more heated directly after the game than maybe my co-host.
that last show.
Yeah, and the talk about McCarthy, to me, and I hear this throughout the Minnesota fan base and the media, because I follow you guys a little bit, because I've actually always liked the Vikings, a team I respect a lot. Love your fan base. I love the Skol thing. I love your stadium. I love the unis. I love the history. Like I just think it's a first class organization, and for me, like, at the end of all of this, like the Sam Darnold thing and McCarthy, and you're going back and forth and hearing you guys take about McCarthy, I'm sitting here thinking, oh my God, he's 6 games into this thing. And I'm watching this last game, and I'm curious what your guys' perception of it was. How many of you guys look at that and say that was a J.J. McCarthy problem, that game?
It was a mixture of both problems.
It was a big mixture of both. And what I've said about J.J. McCarthy is I feel like every game we see some kind of improvement from him in some area of his game, but haven't seen him do all those improvements together in a game. It's like he comes into a game, it's like, okay, this is what I'm going to work on. I'm going to fix this, and I'm going to forget about everything else. But that could just be the 6 games in and not able to do everything that he's learning.
Oh, without question. I think we'd be crazy as football fans to say that we haven't learned our lesson regarding these first-round quarterbacks in terms of the word patience. I mean, look at Baker, look at Goff, look at Geno, look at Sam Darnold, look at all these guys that have resurrected their careers later on down the line. And a lot of it was they were put in a bad situation to start, and then the ripcord was pulled before they'd even have a chance to like learn what it means to be an NFL quarterback. But I'm also of the mindset, and again, this is kind of more of an old school philosophy. I can't stand drafting these guys and throwing them in right away. It's just, there's so few dudes that are wired for that sort of thing, and it's so rare. So why not give them a chance? Like, I couldn't believe that you didn't keep Sam for at least one more year, maybe even just franchise tag him.
All right,
like instead of committing to a couple
maybe
years.
we won't be friends. Maybe.
But actually, Adam, so you do make a good point, because I mean, the franchise tag's kind of ridiculous, but that could have been an option. The whole reason, like, I didn't, fault the Vikings too much for not bringing Sam Darnold back, because they weren't going to bring him back on a multi-year deal. And to Sam Darnold, he's not going to sign a 1-year deal because he just had the season he had. So he had to strike, while the iron was hot. And I don't know, the franchise tag, that's a hefty tag. But
it was.
I do feel the Vikings should have done something. Instead, they, went into the season with, no, this guy's ready. He's ready to lead this team. We're going to go sign all these free agents too, because we're ready to go to a Super Bowl, and J.J. McCarthy's going to lead us there. And we bought into that. Like, okay, maybe he is going to be like one of these first-year quarterbacks that just come in and tear the league up. So we kind of had those expectations coming in, even though maybe it wasn't that logical. And it only took really the first game to see, okay, it's probably not going to be that. But definitely not out on him. It's just like you said, we got to lower expectations for first-year quarterbacks and for rookie quarterbacks, just because a couple have come in and lit the league on fire and they've had success. And I think our fan base is just having a hard time because we did have Sam Darnold last year. We did win 14 games last year. So now having this kind of regression as a team, it's all getting pointed at one person.
For sure. And I think when I think about what's going on with McCarthy this season, the phrase organizations fail young quarterbacks more than young quarterbacks fails organizations keeps going through my head, because you talked about the expectations coming into this season. And I feel like the Minnesota front office fell into what I believe is the biggest fallacy in the entire NFL. And that is, you win a Super Bowl with a rookie quarterback, you bring in the rookie, you start him right away, and you try to build a team around him while he's on the rookie deal. Since the rookie wage scale has been implemented, boys, in 2011, how many quarterbacks have won a Super Bowl on their rookie contract?
Mahomes.
Russell Wilson.
Mahomes wasn't. He had already signed his deal when he won his first one.
I'd say Russell Wilson.
That's right. It's the Seattle Seahawks' fault. We're the only ones. One quarterback in 14 years has won a title on his rookie deal. And it's a very different situation than what JJ was walking into in a lot of ways, because is he the youngest quarterback in the league, or like close to it? He's a very, very young player with very little experience in college. Russell Carrington Wilson, when he came to the Seahawks, he was a 4-year starter in college. He had all of those reps in 2 different systems at NC State and then at Wisconsin. And you bring JJ in, he gets hurt his first year. Good luck developing. Like, you can't get out there in practice. That's tough. You can take the mental reps, and that's great, but that's difficult. And then the GM tries to microwave a Super Bowl around him in this first year. And honestly, I feel like you go from the organizational failure of being like, hey, you got to win with a rookie quarterback on his rookie deal. I don't think that's the way that it's normally done. And it's kind of proven out that way. And then secondly, I think KOC cost you guys this season back in OTAs. because you look at the way that this offense is coached, it's insanity. Like, look at what J.J. McCarthy did well at Michigan. They ran the hell out of the ball, play action. They kept things simple for him because that's what he is. He's a good play action quarterback. Like, okay, great, let's do that. But instead, what KOC does is you guys are like 5th highest team in the league in passing percentage. Like, what are we doing? You've got 2 great backs. You got talented offensive linemen. Help the kid out. Like, you should be running the ball a lot more like the Seahawks are. And that's really what's helped Sam in this season to play his best football to this point in his career.
Oh, 100%.
Cody, is this dude spitting?
Yeah, he's spitting real facts because Sam Darnold right now is ranked 31st in the league in pass attempts.
That's right.
And playing an MVP.
And his number 1 receiver is crushing everybody in yards because they're crazy efficient because you suck up the linebackers, you create space, you make easy throws, wide open windows, easy reads. You listen to your feet, hit the back step, and let it rip. And that's the type of simplicity that J.J. McCarthy could really use right now.
Yeah, we've been begging for simplicity with him instead of KOC. I mean, he kind of did it the last couple games. He seems like he's tried to tame it down, but at first he came in like he still had Sam Darnold at quarterback, like he still had Kirk Cousins at quarterback. These long developing deep routes, running the ball maybe 20% of the time compared to 80% pass. So he definitely, like you said, in OTAs kind of probably lost it because that was his game plan, that he's going to come in and he's going to do what he always does, and he's going to do it with the first-year quarterback who's never done that before.
And here's the big problem. Yeah, go ahead. Well, here's the big problem with him not making that adjustment early on this season and adjusting his scheme to the talent that he has is that I'm a firm believer that if you're going to be good at running the football, then you have to run the football. Like, you have to practice it. It has to be your identity. It has to be something that you are doing from day one. So one of the things that I liked watching from last week is in the first half, they actually ran the football pretty well. And they kept it simple for JJ. And at halftime, it's 10-6. And you're right there. You're playing a dogfight game where maybe it comes down to a final possession. And then the second half, they run the ball 2 total times. 2.
Yeah.
Like that's head coaching malpractice. But unfortunately, trying to implement the run game now, this late in the season, it's not what you are. It's not what you practiced all year. It wasn't your identity. It's going to be really difficult to become really good at that going down the stretch this late in the year.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what we said. Like, we'll run the ball a little bit, and then as soon as we get a play that doesn't go for 5 yards, he goes away from the run, and okay, four passes in a row, and then like takes us out of rhythm. Like you said, second half we didn't run at all. So the Seahawks, they're 8-3 right now. Was that your expectations coming into the season?
We're pretty close to where I would say, probably within a game or two either way. Like you could have sold me up and down there. It was a little bit of an unknown only because of Sam and then first year Kubiak. But also, too, knowing Kubiak's family history, seeing what he did with New Orleans, seeing what he did at his time in Minnesota, his time with the Broncos, it's a tried and true system. And I knew that he was going to come out and get rid of the Ryan Grubb disease that we suffered last year and just have the total unwillingness to run the football. That's what, when I'm watching KOC this year, I'm like, did you spend the offseason with Ryan Grubb? Like, what are we doing?
Hey, I know Ryan Grubb. Listen to this. Ryan Grubb used to be my high school football coach.
No way.
From Kingsley Pearson, Iowa. Small little school. Yeah, and he made it all the way up to Alabama to y'all. So I'm happy for Ryan Grubb and how far he made it. But yeah, KOC, run the fucking football.
I mean, love the dude. Loved his pressers. I would have a beer with the guy around the campfire. That's always my measure of if I like the guy or not. But watching his stuff at UW, I'm sitting there looking at him like, we're always in gun. We, barely, it's like a flirtation with the run game. In the wide sets between all of the offensive linemen, and you're just trying to out-athlete the rest of the conference when you're in college, and you can get away with that there. But this is the league. The worst dude on your 52 was a star in one of those games. You can't get away with that, and he found out right quick.
So, as someone who hasn't watched a lot of Seahawks games, just highlights and red zone and stuff like that, I see a lot of, Sam Darnold and JSN. Besides those two, what is the biggest reason for your guys' success this season?
the defense, and I could say it like 3 more times, defense.
Really?
Mike McDonald is a wizard, and he has done a phenomenal job taking a defense that in the last couple of years of Pete Carroll had really become honestly terrible. And he's gotten them playing fast with disguise, and they've all bought in completely. And it's a joy to watch. And the magic of what he does on defense is you can't get him out of nickel. Like, good luck. You run the ball all you want. They're still going to shut it down, and they're going to stay in nickel, and then they're going to make it hard on you in the pass game. And it's worked against every single team this year, even the vaunted Rams. Like, we shout on the ground. Oh, and I hate it when the camera does that. It does that once in a blue moon. Hold on one second here. But, he really held Stafford.
All right, let's talk about him behind his back while he's back. Never mind, guys.
Yeah, no, go ahead. Talk behind my back, but in front of my face. I'd love it, Fish. I love shit talk. You can't offend me. I'm unoffendable, bud. So, yeah, let it rip.
God.
It's tough to let it up when you're 4-7.
So you guys got a passing game and a good defense. How do you think we stack up against that, Fish?
You've got a quarterback that can't handle pressure.
True fact.
I think we're going to stack up just fine.
That's the number one concern as a Seahawks fan coming into this game is Brian Flores in his blitz happy attack, and it is devastating. And you guys have great personnel up front. Whether it's Allen or Hargraves or Dallas Turner or, any of these guys. Like, you guys have some real dogs out there, Van Ginkel. Like, these guys can play football. I like the linebackers as well. The key to this game offensively for the Seahawks is Kubiak needs to have an answer for quick pressure for Sam Darnold on every play. There needs to be an immediate outlet that he can get to. And that's going to be something that we're going to need Sam to do instead of holding the ball and trying to make a hero throw or a hero play, because you're just not that quarterback, man. You're not that guy.
So, Fish, since he's given his key to the game, why don't you give him your key to the game?
My key to the game is we got to make Sam see them ghosts again. Constant blitzing. I would say we need to blitz 70% of the defensive snaps. Bring it from all different angles, not just straight up the gut. Make him guess. Make him have to deliver the ball quickly. He will turn the ball over. He will take sacks. And also blitzing helps with the run defense too. You can blitz for both. You can blitz for both plays. And really, when we blitzed heavy against the run is when we shut the run down. Trends are trends. And I hate to say it, buddy, but last week we gave up a lot of yards on the ground. And this year, every week after we've given up a lot of yards on the ground, we shut the run game down. So whatever the under is for your running back on his yards this week, take the under. He ain't getting it.
Well, the over-under for the running game would be low to begin with the Seahawks, because while they are a team that does run with volume and they are relatively efficient, they're not a running team that you should fear down in, down out, mainly because Kubiak and McDonald still have not yet figured out that Charbonnet wears cement boots for shoes, and he's so freaking slow. Like, just give the ball to freaking K9, down in, down out, and let the man go to work. Let him get a rhythm. And I can't wait until they stop this 50% workload share that they've been doing this year. I mean, Shaq, so you're seeing what I'm seeing, buddy, right?
I have him on fantasy. It's like as soon as y'all get into the red zone, y'all say, Kenneth, get out. Charbonnet, get in there. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, I get Kenneth Walker may get stopped in the backfield a couple times, and then Charbonnet get those hard 6-7 yards, but it's clear cut. Kenneth Walker is the better overall running back. Y'all need to stop the 50-50 unless Kenneth Walker gets tired.
1,000%.
Yeah, it's funny. Anytime I tune into like the Seahawks game, I always see Charbonnet in the backfield. I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, are they liking these little 3-4 yard runs every time? Is Kenneth Walker not able to provide that? Like, it's crazy how much I've seen him get the ball.
It is, and it's a hilarious debate among 12s in the way we talk about K9 and Charbonnet, because there's a lot of people that are just like, no, Charbonnet sees the hole better, and Charbonnet will have one good game and like 4. Look, he sees the holes better than K9. And then you go back and you watch the tape, and just so happens, for whatever reason, when they're running the football, the holes were there for Charbonnet, and there are no holes for K9, and he's got to try to make it all happen himself. And then they all say, see, he bounces it outside too much. Keep Charbonnet in there. And he's a power back. He is not a power back. He's just not. And it's infuriating. It's one of the things that pisses me off the most about this team. And I'm really hoping that maybe the idea here is just to try to keep Kenneth healthy through the end of the year, and then maybe unleash him more if we do get into the postseason here, and kind of go from there.
Yeah, because he has had injury problems. So that's what I thought too. But it just seems like way too much of a balance when Kenneth Walker is the more elite back, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Are you guys limiting Kenneth Walker's usage after the injury history? Maybe that's the problem.
I mean, hard telling, not knowing. You ask Mike McDonald about injury concerns and things like that, and he is about Belichick tight-lipped about it. Like, he doesn't want to talk about it at all. And you can bark at him, he won't respond to it. It just, this is their plan and they're sticking to it. And that's one thing about Mike McDonald, is he is very dogged when it comes to, this is my plan, this is what we're doing, we got to stay on course. And overall, that's a great philosophy, because you guys mentioned a little bit about, well, it seems like it's a lot of 3-4 yard runs, and a lot of teams abandon the run at that point. In this league, in this day and age, when everybody's playing too high stuff and the linebackers are smaller and all of that good stuff, pound the rock, get in that big personnel formation. And that's what we've been doing a lot of multiple tight end sets and fullback stuff, and pound the rock. 3-4 yard gains, that's keeping you ahead of the chains. That makes it 3rd and easy instead of 3rd and I hope Sam Darnold can pull it off. And that's a huge way that you stay efficient on offense.
The important thing is, though, is that you this week have signed our best former quarterback.
Oh, who did we bring in this week?
He's got a really high quarterback rating, which is important to some fans.
Oh, yeah, we got to love that, right? I didn't watch a lick of it, but the numbers look good. I mean, I'm surprised that we signed a quarterback, to be honest. I missed this one. So who did we bring in?
Cam Akers.
Oh, Cam Akers.
He's 1 for 1.
He's 1 for 1. Well, that's
With
better
like a
than
30-yard
freaking
touchdown
Cup,
pass.
who's 0 for 1 this year and threw a pick and hasn't completed a ball in his life. Like, hopefully we don't. I think Kubiak has solved the trick play thing. That's just not something we do anymore. Thank goodness we don't need it. Be done with that.
We haven't
you
learned that
mentioned
lesson.
Keith at the top, the quarterbacks that played for both teams. And I mean, you forgot a future Hall of Famer. Like, there's not just been one Sam that's played for
I wasn't
both
going to say
teams.
Sam Howell because he didn't play a game for us, but yeah.
The beautiful Sam Howell era in Minnesota. Yeah.
Yeah, that
It's
didn't make
short-lived.
it. That didn't make it out of preseason, so I didn't
That's
include
better.
him on the list.
We
but
all
yeah.
won that trade by giving him us to move up into the 5th round. You won that trade.
Hey,
No, 'cause- No,
helped you out.
didn't
That's
we
great.
trade him for we traded him to the Eagles for like a 4th or 5th rounder. So I mean,
But they
Yeah,
won that
it's-
trade.
chess, not checkers.
He's so bad. It was so frustrating when they traded. What did we trade? We traded like a 3rd for him from Washington, and I about broke my TV when I saw it come across the ticker tape. Like, just what are we doing?
Yeah, Shaq. So what is your key to this game, Shaq?
My key to this game is pretty much like we alluded to. We got to stop that run game. Stop the run game. If it's Charbonnet or K9, Kenneth Walker, make sure they don't get nothing going. Make Sam Darnold have to become a pocket passer and throw the ball, because if he can't do the play action, then we should keep it a close game.
What
an
do you think they
interesting
can do
take.
to stop the run game, Shaq?
Just make everybody attack the running backs. Leave the receiver open. Leave JSN open, wide open. Down the field.
Well, that could be a long day because Kubiak has no problem spamming JSN every game. Like he's just like
Notice that it's been heavy the last few weeks.
All season. It really has been. And we're all hoping that the Shaheed trade with him coming on, that we'll have an actual number 2, because we have stupid Cup who can't get separation for the life of him. And he was I'm from Montana. I grew up here. I went to the University of Montana. I'm a Montana Grizzly. He played for their rival, Eastern Washington. Then he went to the freaking Rams, and he played there the whole time. And I'm supposed to be
love that guy.
I'm supposed to be excited that my most sports-hated dude in all of sports, like, ends up on my team, and now he blows. Like, congratulations.
He doesn't even do Cooper Cup things anymore.
No. And they're like, but he blocks, and he's great in the locker room. And it's like, sweet, we can get a dude in the 5th round to do that crap and not have to pay him $15 million a year.
When you have a wide receiver and the best thing that you can say about him is he's a good blocker, you got a problem. That's what happens with our tight end, T.J. Hawkinson. Like, we're like, oh man, that guy's cooked since he's been injured. He's supposed to be the quarterback's best friend, and he's not that. Oh, but he's a good blocker, and he's doing all these chips. Yeah, I don't care. He's getting paid $16 million.
Yeah, it's tough. He was once a great player for sure, but he does seem to have.
He was. Once he got his knee injury, though, like he hasn't come back the same. I was happy when we got him, and he gave us 2 good years.
Yeah. I did want to circle back to Shaq's point here just a minute ago about what he would kind of do defensively if he were in charge there. And the funny thing is that's what pretty much everybody has tried to do to this point, except for one team, and that was the Rams. Everybody has done that. They've been like, hey, we're going to get into base, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to try to stop the running game. And that's when we have lit everybody up, passing out of heavy formations with the 12 personnel in the fullback in there and 21 and 22 personnel. So really what the Rams did is they stayed a lot in dime were in lighter boxes the entire game, and they dared us to run. And it didn't go well for Sam after that when he's thrown into tight windows with 8 guys in coverage.
Well, unfortunately, we don't have enough corners to run down.
We have 3 cornerbacks on our roster.
Minor detail, I guess. Yeah.
So for me, I think you guys have a pretty explosive offense, and I think we need to do a better job than we have been of keeping your offense off the field. I think our defense can actually keep us in this game. We saw that, in the Packer game. For the most part, they were keeping it in it until we did 3 and out every time in the second half. Every drive in the second half was a 3 and out, and we kept giving the ball back to them. And when you do that, eventually you're going to score. So what's important for me in this game is we have to convert our third downs. We're 31st in the league right now.
30%?
Yeah, 30%. Only the Titans are worse. And you guys struggle with them, so there's
yes
faith for me in that one.
Yes and no. I actually flew down to Tennessee for the Titans game, so I was in the stands.
Perfect.
I was in the stands for that game, and the Seahawks dominated that game up through 3.5 quarters. They get a kick return. It was a little fluky, and then when they were able to convert in some of those money down situations, it was Cam Ward showing why he was a first-round talent. Not only that, but a number 1 pick overall talent, and a relatively weak quarterback class, like for sure. But he made some outrageous throws running to the sideline on 4th down, falling out of bounds, thrown back across his body and completing balls into windows that you were just like, wow, that's special stuff. I think they have one there in Tennessee with Cam Ward. Even if the numbers don't look great, even if their record doesn't look great, Cam has showed out better this year than McCarthy has to this point, no doubt. But I find it crazy the lack of faith that everybody has in McCarthy going forward. I do. And I really think it comes down to this generation of football fan in our fantasy TikTok brains, and the numbers got to look right, and it all has to happen immediately, and all that stuff. Give a guy 2-3 years. He's in this thing for six games. Like, change your game plan for the rest of the year and run the piss out of the football. You got 2 great backs. You got good offensive line. Like, I know the tackles are injured, and we'll see what happens with that this week. But look, like, try to set him up for success and see by the end of the year if you're feeling a little bit better about it then.
The thing is our coach absolutely will not do that. Sorry. It all makes sense, but he ain't doing it.
That's frustrating. And I feel your pain because we went through it with the Grubb experience last year.
Yeah,
what
I
makes
think our
it
fan
work?
base is just kind of getting fed up because you're saying things about Cam Ward, and obviously Cam Ward was the number 1 overall pick, but they're a 1-win team, but at least their quarterback is actually showing some stuff and making some plays where it's like, okay, like this is something that we can work with and he's going to get better. Like JJ McCarthy, outside of maybe 2 quarters of football, really hasn't shown that. And I'm a big JJ McCarthy supporter, but I do see where the other side is coming from. Like it's like, there hasn't been anything that we can even take from this. Like we're pointing out, well, he did make that 1 good pass, and like, so it's at least Ward is showing the fan base something.
I totally get that, but I mean, if I had anything to say to the wonderful Vikings fans out there, is just the word patience, 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 patience. Like, just give this thing a minute. I actually went down to Shrine Bowl this offseason in the All-Star game, East-West Shrine Bowl. And so I got to see Brosmer up close and personal for 4 days throughout practice, all that stuff. And it was Brosmer, it was Cam Miller from NDSU, the kid from Syracuse, McCord. I don't know, maybe another quarterback or two. And I thought Brosmer was probably the second best quarterback there. But overall, man, it just wasn't it. Like it just quick 1 reads, throw it out, and if it wasn't there, then take off with your legs. And again, it's an all-star game. You don't know how deep the playbook goes. Probably not all that deep, but if as a Vikings fan, one of you all are out there and going, Brosmer could be it. Like, I mean, it's true. He could be. It's not an impossible thing. But if we're playing the what's more likely game based off of what I saw live and in person down at Shrine Bowl, it's infinitely less likely than more.
That's funny.
Thanks for the reason.
Our fan base thinks he's going to be Tom Brady.
Hey, it's possible. It is.
It's very possible.
But, Brady came along once in 20 years. And not that I'm comparing Brock Purdy to Brady in terms of production, but, Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant, like he's your next one. It's going to be another 20 years before we see another one of those guys. It just doesn't happen all that much. And, I saw Brosmer's, team picture, and he looks like 12-year-old V for Vendetta, man. Like, I don't know.
That's funny. I can see where you're getting that from.
Yeah. Or he's the guy that you don't put in charge of the jungle juice at a bro party or something like that, man. Like, I don't know.
Damn.
Yeah.
Cody, what's your key in this one?
Oh shit, we're here. Okay. My key to this one is don't quit. Don't get ran over like a dog in the street. Right? That means when the first mistake happens, do not quit. Stop it. It seems like every single game we watch this year, a big mistake happens, the team just falls apart. It's done. They're done playing. And it feels like it's been like that every single week this year. Right? The Lions game didn't have a mistake. Did well going forward. Watching the fumble by Price, watching the interception after that, it feels like after that, the defense gave up. The offense didn't want to do anything. No more field goals. Even if we're scoring field goals, that's still points on the board. So it's frustrating watching this team when everyone has this guy's back just to fall apart when he does a mistake. And it goes the same thing now because we have a UDFA starting quarterback, an undrafted free agent starting quarterback. There's only been 3 that have been anywhere near successful, and it's Warren Moon, Kurt Warner, and Tony Romo. Right? History of the NFL. So to think Max Brosmer is going to come here and sling it, which I hope he does, man, if he does a mistake, do not get yourselves put in the corner. Otherwise, Seattle's going to throw up 30 on you really fast.
It could be a long day for a young rookie making his first start, a UDFA, especially. Do you guys know any final word about the tackles for you guys? Like, I know Darisaw and Jackson both went down in injuries in the game last week.
Go ahead,
Jackson's very possible. Darisaw, they're seeing how the week goes.
Okay, because if those guys don't go, it's going to be a long day against that Seahawks front four because they are absolutely on fire. And the way that Mike runs his stunts and the timing of it and the way that the defensive linemen work together with Leo absorbing double teams in Byron Murphy looping around, or whether that's D-Law or whoever it is. They're getting a ton of pressure up front, rushing just 4. And so you're not going to see a ton of blitzes out of the Seahawks, which allows them to play a lot more coverage. And like I said, they're a nickel a lot as it is. And that makes it for a lot of tight windows for a young rookie under pressure. That's a tough ask for the kid.
Where'd Byron Murphy play his college ball at?
Texas. He was next to Sweat, the kid that's now in Tennessee.
Yep. Man, this is crazy. I came into this worried about your guys' offense, but now I'm worried about your defense.
And really, that's what it is. Like, I think the offense has been surprisingly good, and the explosives have been nice. Don't get me wrong, but I'm also kind of more of an old school fan in terms of I want to see you run the rock. I want to see you shut people down in the running game on defense. I want big hits. Like when I was in Vegas once, I heard this dude from Jersey tell this joke to his buddy, and he's like, "Hey, do you know the difference between jelly and jam?" And the guy's like, "No." He's like, "I can't jelly my cock down your throat." And I just want him to jelly the ball right down their throat, man. Like, that's the type of football that I love. And
we
so
just lost Tanya.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. Did I offend Tanya?
No.
Okay.
No, you're good. You're good.
You're good.
You heard our keys of the game, but if you were the coach coming against the Seattle Seahawks, what would your game plan be to beat them?
Well, first and foremost, defensively speaking, I wouldn't worry. I would bait them into running the football more. And I would try to get them to fall into the trap of letting Sam just run the drop back passing game. Because he's been at his most effective with us when we're pretty even, or even running the ball a little bit more and then running a lot of play action and letting him turn his back to the defense and reacquire the picture. And it just makes it a lot cleaner for him. So if you can make it so that Kubiak does abandon the run game to an extent, because he's never going to fully abandon it, and have it put it on Sam's shoulders, and then make sure you're bracketing JSN at all times, and make us beat you with Barner, make us beat you with Shaheed, because honestly, those pass catchers probably aren't the guys that you're going to want to lean on to try to win a football game. They're good for, moving the chains and all that stuff, but JSN is our one dude that really is the straw that stirs the drink for this offense this year. So that's the way I'd go with that. Play a little bit more coverage, and then you got to heat up Sam along the way, because he's going to throw you 2 bad balls. He is. It's going to happen. So hopefully one of your 3 quarterbacks is able to catch him from your guys' perspective, because they're going to have an opportunity or 2. And then offensively speaking for the Vikings, good luck. I mean, honestly, good luck. Because there hasn't been one team this year that has run the football effectively against us, and that's what you're going to need to do to take some of the pressure off of Max. And then Justin Jefferson is magnificent. Tariq Woolen's a hell of a cover corner. Jordan Addison is fantastic, but Spoon and Job have been playing out of their mind. And, Hawkinson, maybe not the guy that he used to be, but Eman Wari is a devil. And he will absolutely eat things up in the run game, and he's been really good in man-to-man coverage.
I feel like I've heard that name before.
Eman Wari?
Mm.
Yeah, he's a rookie this year from South Carolina, and
Fish wanted him over Donovan Jackson.
Oh, I gotcha. Boy, I could see where you're coming from on that one, Fish, but for somebody like me, it's hard to bet against.
You just keep your biased opinion because you got them to yourself, sir.
It's true. But I do love me some good offensive linemen, and they don't grow on trees. You got to take as many bite at the apples as you can on that. Because that's honestly this offseason and probably the biggest bugaboo of this offense to this point.
Well, I do too. I love the trenches, but when I've got an aged out and about to retire safety and another Swiss Army knife safety who's ass, kind of wouldn't have minded having a really good young player that's coming in behind them so the future would be bright at that position. Just saying.
I can see that.
I like the idea of protecting our young quarterback. I like the thinking there. I wouldn't change it right now. I would keep Donovan Jackson over Eman Wari And that's not a slight on Eman Warrior at all.
Yeah. Well, and also Eman Warrior is more of a box player than he is a legit, deep safety. So I can't remember who are the other big safety prospects. Was Starks one of them?
Starks.
Yeah.
And Watts from Notre Dame.
I heard that name too.
Yeah, that might have been
Watts
a better
from Notre Dame.
Yeah. But for me personally, when the Hawks went through their offseason, I was so frustrated when you guys snatched up Will Fries. I wanted to go that direction.
You could have him.
Hey, look, when you don't call an offense that protects your offensive line, like I don't care if you're one of the top 3 guards in the league, it's going to look like you struggle. If you make him play backwards all game long, good luck. You got to run the football. Let those guys play downhill and impose their will on the defense. Our offensive line got infinitely better just because of play calling in sequencing. But one thing that John Schneider didn't do is he didn't go out and get that one more guard. We drafted Gray Zabel, the rookie, and he's been pretty good
this week.
Yes, he should play. He played last week and is trending that direction. We have our backup center in Oluwatimi from Michigan. He's okay. He's not terrible, but he's not awesome either. Our right guard though, Bradford. Man, there's some reps where he just road grades people, and you're like, holy smokes, look at this big mama jamma. This is amazing. And then there's reps where he literally just face plants or just stands there with palms in the air, just like, I don't know what to do. It's such a roller coaster with that guy. And I'd love to take one more bite at the apple and gotten another guard in the draft or one in free agency.
Damn. You're killing all the confidence of a 4-7 team right now. Like I was hoping to find a hole, and it just sounds like basically we're at the hope for Sam Darnold just to beat you guys.
Yeah, I'd say the key to the game for me overall is just whether or not you guys catch those 2 to 3 bad passes from Sam.
We have 3 interceptions on the season, and 2 came in one game.
Well, even a blind squirrel finds it out once in a while, fellas. Like, you never know. Yeah.
And that's what it'll be. And look, the squirrel got a nut.
Yeah.
My squirrels touched the nuts before, and they dropped them too, so that's kind of rough.
Hey, sometimes it's hard to hold on to the nuts, man. It is.
So, who is one player that Viking fans might not be familiar with, but is an impact player for the Seahawks?
Eman Warrior would have been one of them. Maybe Ernest Jones. And I'm not sure he's going to play in this game. He's been in and out of the lineup with a knee, but we got him. He was on the Rams and came up for his or is getting close to being paid after his rookie deal. Rams said no, thank you. Traded him to Tennessee. We picked him up for a song midway through the year last year when our defense was really struggling. And Ernest Jones IV came in and changed everything. And he's an absolute warrior down there, and the leader and heartbeat of the linebacker core, and really the key in our communication all the way around. Now, that's not to say that the backups haven't played really well in his absence in the few games that he's been there. Drake Thomas would be another one I'd point out. I heard one analyst called him like the sawed-off linebacker because he's a little short guy, but he's a missile. When he sees it, he pulls the pin. There's no hesitation. He goes. And he's been rocking so far this year. So I'd say probably the 2 linebackers would be maybe the 2 I'd look out for that you probably haven't heard of. I might also throw Leo Williams in there because nobody talks about Leonard Williams, and he's probably the best defensive tackle in all of football right now. He is absolutely insane, and he's completely unblockable. He's just crushing double teams. Oh, absolutely. This is the best ball he's played his entire career. This year.
What school he went to?
I don't know, University of Old Timey, because it was a long time ago. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Yeah, you do.
If Shaq's asking, it was probably USC.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was USC. It was. That's right.
If Shaq is asking, the answer is always USC.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind.
All right, Fish. He probably knows our whole roster, but who's the player that the Seahawks need to watch out for?
Sure as shit sounds like it. Sounds like he knows our roster better than we do. But there's a name that I haven't heard you mention, and it's a catastrophic mistake not to pay attention to this guy. Eric Wilson's going to mess you all up. and mess you all up hard in this game.
I like Eric Wilson a lot. I really do. I think he's a fantastic football player. So that's a great name to drop there. Just somebody I respect a lot with his game.
You think he gets the sack, Fish?
More than one.
Oh.
I mean, hard telling not knowing again, but we'll see. The Seahawks pass pro has actually been top 5 this year. So not a lot of sacks coming along there on the offensive line. Part of that is
I hear you.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah. But he's a fantastic football player, no doubt.
Fish don't give up. Cody, give him another one.
I'm going to go with the quarterback that we got starting, the undrafted free agent rookie with your 12th man crowd. That's probably going to overwhelm him here and there. But I think he does go off in statistically wise because I think KOC is going to demand him to throw the ball to Justin Jefferson. I think Justin Jefferson have a huge game, but on top of that, Max Brosmer is going to be the result of Justin Jefferson's huge game. I think he's just going to give him the rock a lot of times this game. Max Brosmer, you're a starting quarterback now. I got all the faith in the world in you. Let's roll.
Well, Justin Jefferson sure ripped our heart out last year with that big Sam Darnold throw that actually brought Sam Darnold to Seattle because John Schneider does love seeing a guy perform well against his team and maybe not watch the rest of the tape as much, and he falls in love in person, and that throw was outrageous, and Jefferson just absolutely torched Julian Love and Reek Woolen on that play and got in the honey hole there.
It's a Dallas
Those were the good days. Those are the good days. You got one, Shaq?
Yeah, I actually do. I'm gonna go with. I think I said this one previously. I'm gonna go with CJ Ham. We're gonna need that fullback. We're gonna have to be in the run heavy personnel because I'm not trying to see Brosman throw 30, 40 times a game. KOC, if you got Brosman throwing 30, 40 times this game, you deserve to be fired. Tarmac style, like USC did Lane Kiffin.
I think there's 0% chance that Brosmer doesn't throw 30 times in this game.
Well, and I think that's probably true. Not because I kind of watching the Green Bay tape and watching the first half, I started to get the sense like, oh, maybe KOC's learned his lesson here a little bit. Maybe he is gonna shift this a little bit. And I don't know, maybe he will, but I do have a feeling that you guys are these coaches. They get down just one score to 10 points, and they all panic, like all of them. Even Kubiak does it, and it drives me crazy. Keep running the rock, and I do think that there's going to be a point in this game where you guys are trailing, and then at that point, I bet you KOC abandons that run and just starts chucking the ball.
I think the better tape for you to watch this week leading up to the game is going to be our game against Cincinnati.
Okay. So what part of the Cincinnati tape do you think is analogous with the Cincinnati team and the Hawks team? Just out of curiosity.
Better wide receivers, a pretty good run game, and kind of coming into a same type of situation against us.
Okay. So just offensively speaking, because like their defense is legit trash, like rolling dumpster fire bad. And
our offense didn't do much against them.
Yeah. And this
is watch the game.
I would postulate this is the best defense in the league.
The Seahawks are?
Yes.
Damn. Well, why did they give me 4 points last week? I'm quite mad about that.
I think they were having too good of a time, to be honest, because the stands were like 50% Hawks fans, and it was a party. It was a party the entire game. The players were goofing around, and I think they just let up mentally. And I'm sorry for your loss, Cody. It's our fault, and I'll make sure they know to keep the pedal to the metal against you guys and really snuff you guys out. So
I'm not mad. I had JSN too.
He still won.
JSN this week. I still beat Keith.
So the guy that I'm going to tell you about, I'm sure you know about by now, everybody knows about this guy by now, but they probably didn't week one, is Jalen Redmond on the defensive side, on the defensive tackle. Dude came out of nowhere. He kind of showed glimpses last year when we signed him. Fish kind of called it out that he thinks that guy's going to be a stalwart. He's going to end up being something, even though he was an undrafted free agent that the Panthers let go. He's like, no, I see something in this guy. And by golly, he was right. I think you can count on him for 1 sack and 1 tackle for loss in this game.
I was late to the Redmond party, and he's new to my radar here in the last couple of weeks. And Fish, you hit the nail on the head, man. That boy can play ball.
Oh yeah, I hit that nail on the head.
Take a victory lap, man. It's great when you get a winner. Yeah.
We get him once in a while, not too often, but once in a while. But yeah, Jalen Redmond, I definitely think that's a name.
Oh my gosh,
I
was so. If you ever saw that short video of Keith has posted recently, it's the gift he keeps on giving.
Oh yeah,
I did not hit that nail on the head.
No,
I rolled the 1, smashed my thumb. The hammer rebounded, hit me square in the forehead.
Okay,
yeah,
all right.
Yeah, I hit it, but Fish was fighting me on it the whole damn time. So I always give Fish the credit.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. He clearly deserves it.
He said something about Jalen Redmond. I said paper or plastic. And then sarcastically, I said, I'm excited. This guy's going to be stalwart.
Well, like I said, they can't all be winners. I've had some doozies over the years. And, to this point in the season, Sam's really made me eat my words through this offseason. I was legitimately pissed off about that. And,
we went through the same experience. Don't get excited. Enjoy, but don't get excited. Mm-hmm. You might end up having your Super Bowl in week 16.
Yeah.
I remember that 97-yard, what was it, against San Francisco, that 97 Jets.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, oh my gosh. Holy crap.
We found one, boys.
Doing this. And then the wheels came off the bus.
Yeah. There's some guys that are just built for pressure moments, and there's some guys that aren't. And I hate banging on Sam when he does come up short in the clutch because I like the guy. He seems like a quality human. And it hurts my feelings to have to talk about him that way at times. But yeah, man, after that Rams game, it was just like, I'm out. Let's, if we have to do this one more year, fine. If that's what Milroe takes to develop, okay. But that's not the long-term answer for me.
So, Adam, Tanya wants to know if you have any thoughts on Isaiah Rodgers.
I don't have any big thoughts on Isaiah Rodgers. I'm aware he exists. I'm aware that he plays, but I'm not going to lie to you. I have not looked at his game a lot.
That's what Fish is going to say. Watch the Bengal game.
Watch the Bengal game.
Okay.
I mean, he's probably our best cornerback, but he probably would be a lot of other teams' second or third best cornerback.
Gotcha.
As a matter of fact,
I wonder if he's going to. I wonder if he's going to draw JSN or if it's going to be Byron Murphy. To be honest,
I don't know.
It'd probably be Murphy.
Gosh, I don't like Byron Murphy.
I love facing Byron Murphy. I love facing him in Arizona. I love facing him here. That's great. Oh, that was the other thing I wanted to bring up with you guys. I heard you bring up the name Kyler Murray on your show at the end of the
Cody, this is all you.
You can't. You cannot have Kyler Murray. He stays in Arizona. I want him to bring back Cliff Kingsbury too. It's the greatest thing ever for Seahawks fans. Kyler Murray is awful. He is so bad. You don't want any part of him. I'm telling you.
No, I want part of him because he's a veteran quarterback, former first-round pick. That KOC only knows how to rejuvenate.
Who cares?
Give me him.
Dude, he's so bad. His attitude, pouty Kyler, he's awful. He drags down an entire team. Call of Duty comes out every year. He tanks. Dude folds he's awful. I love playing Kyler Murphy.
Fine. We're fine. He folds like Sam Darnold. That's what we like. He folds like every Minnesota Viking quarterback as a veteran that we get. Honestly, he folds. That's what we are used to. We're not used to a top 10 rookie quarterback ever, but we're used to these veteran quarterbacks that fold in playoffs and conference championship games.
How dare you slander Randall Cunningham like that? He didn't kick the ball at the end of that game. He damn near had you at a Super Bowl.
Cody was like 6.
Oh, okay.
But I've seen
I'm old.
Okay, but I was not. And all right, and I actually recently rewatched that game.
Sucker.
And yes, I can blame Randall Cunningham for that.
Okay.
Because that excessively high-powered offense, after the first quarter, he just decided he wasn't going to throw it down the field anymore. It was all dink and dunks. And so, yes, I will blame Randall Cunningham. I will slander him for that. He stopped throwing it down the field. He had the most freakishly gifted wide receiving athlete in the world playing for him, and he just decided to stop throwing it to him. So, yeah, I'm going to blame him.
Okay. Well, I haven't watched that game in whatever it's been, 20-odd some years. Or
Well, if you want to watch defensive players drop like flies, if you want to watch John Randall play on one leg, which is why we got run, which is why they were able to run on us, and if you want to watch our offense just absolutely stop because they don't throw the ball down the field, go
That's
ahead
the
and
one.
watch that game again.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind. Although we did see a
Sounds
little John
awful.
Randall
I
on
think
one
I'll
leg in
pass.
Seattle. Yeah.
I think I'll pass.
Yeah.
Before we give our score predictions to this game, Adam, shout out your podcast. I usually do that at the beginning, but
Oh, all good, man. I'm Adam. I'm from the Seahawkers podcast. Me and my good buddy Brandon, we started the podcast back in 2013 and have done audio only up until just the last couple of years. We're kind of new to the YouTube thing and just kind of getting that rolling here. And what is this, our second full season, I think, doing the video stuff. But we have 5 shows a week, and that includes a post-game show live, immediately live reaction. We've got the 3 and 3 Out show hosted by Clinton Bonner and my buddy Brandon Schultz. They go in and they look for all the little nooks and crannies throughout the game, things that you wouldn't ordinarily see, and it's a really unique way to take a peek at all that. We've got our flagship show that we do twice a week as well, and then we've got What If, which is our, I think, is the most unique preview show in all the universe. Our good buddy Phil, he comes in, he comes up with a theme each and every week, and we kind of go through the multiverse of possibilities that could happen that week. It's a lot of fun. And then we also do our updates right before the game, either on Saturday or Sunday, with injury updates and all that, with our Blue Friday bets too. So if you like betting on Seahawks, tune into that, and we might make you some money. We might also lose you some money. I'm just going to be honest. It's up and down.
all right. Yeah, and you guys are one of the bigger, I won't say amateur podcasts out there for the Seahawks too. I noticed that, like when I was looking through podcasts, you guys have a pretty good following, so that's awesome. But yeah, if anybody out there, if you like checking out other fan bases, which since we started doing this, I've started tuning into other podcasts, and it's cool to listen and to get some perspective from other teams. Like sometimes you think like what your team's going through and what your fan base is going through, it's just your team, and it's typical Viking stuff. Viking fans always act like this. You go listen to another fan base, man, you're gonna find the same shit.
Absolutely. It really is all the same. For the majority of my life, for a career, I worked in the sawmill business and worked all over the country at different sawmills. And it was the same complaints, same behavior everywhere you go. Same thing with fan bases, and it's definitely interesting to see. And when it's your team, I think we all ride the roller coaster a little harder with our fandom, and it's always nice to listen to some outside perspectives for sure. And I do appreciate you bringing me in to share a little bit of what I've seen about the Vikings and a little bit of what I know about the Seahawks, and definitely looking forward to the matchup this Sunday.
Yeah, it was definitely eye-opening and not in a good way.
Oh no.
I have to change my score prediction now.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
no, you were awesome. Just
yeah.
I'm a little more worried. I mean, I was already worried coming into this game. I mean, we're 10.5 point underdogs, and now I'm like, is that enough?
It's not.
Hey, Adam,
Well,
you asked me the question earlier about by what metric, and the reason I wouldn't answer you is because it kind of goes in with my hot take that I have saved for later on.
Oh,
So-
I gotcha. Yeah, let's not.
So
Let's not.
that's
spoil
why I
that.
didn't want to give it up, because when we do our around the Gallahorn hot take, it's pretty much what's going to.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I hope it's refreshingly hot for all of you guys as listeners. Definitely enjoy checking out your guys' pod. What a cool group of dudes and different personalities, and love the format of the show. We'll definitely promote the hell out of you on our show here this week. And any crossover Vikings fans that are looking for Seattle content, hopefully we can throw some more guys your way, because just looking at subscriber counts or whatever, criminally underrated. You guys are fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We
Appreciate it.
don't shout our podcast out.
I almost like you now.
Dude, that's a massive compliment. Yeah.
Yeah, we need to
All
tell
right.
more people to sub.
Before we get out of here, we're gonna go ahead and do our predictions and start with you, Cody.
So I said Brosmer, UDFA, Minnesota Vikings starting quarterback is going to throw 3 touchdowns. Jefferson's going to have 2 of them. We're going to lose still. The stats will look nice. We're going to lose 41-27.
I
I
was about to be bad.
We probably score all 27 in the second half. All right.
Yeah,
what do you got, Shaq?
I got 31-10 Seattle.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't see us scoring at all. I feel like we're gonna get like a defensive touchdown. That's gonna be our only points.
All right, so I do think the Vikings are going to cover on that 10.5, and I think our defense is surprisingly going to keep us in this game with the help of Sam Darnold, and I think we are going to rally behind Brosmer. Now, I'm not sure about the 3 touchdowns and all that. I do think we do get the run game going, but I do have the Seahawks winning this game 27-23.
Tight. Okay.
All right, Adam.
All right. Well, I was waiting on Fish, but I'm going 30-17 here. I think that the Seahawks defense smothers the life out of the Vikings offense. You guys are one-dimensional. That good luck with that against Mike McDonald. He's going to eat your lunch. And this team don't play. They don't play on defense. In terms of the 17 points, that's factoring in 2 Sam Darnold picks, giving you guys short fields and being able to put up some points that way, and then 1 charitable field goal drive at the end of the game so that you feel good.
Ooh. See, I strategically had you go before Fish. Go ahead, Fish.
He wanted to get my blood up.
I did.
It's okay. I was already set in stone. Minnesota Vikings 31, Seattle Seahawks 17.
There's 0 planets, 0 universes in which the Minnesota Vikings score more than 25 points on the Seahawks
Your
defense.
final touchdown will be cosmetic in garbage time.
Wow. That's bold. Are you sure you didn't want to save that for your hot take later?
It all lines up with it.
Okay.
Shit.
Damn. Now I hate that I picked the damn Seahawks, but you know what? I've only picked against the Vikings one time, and that was against the Lions, and we ended up winning that game. So
That's why I'm doing this.
Well, there was your one nut. Won't find another one this week.
I got 2 of those things, Adam. I'm going to drop the second one this week.
All right. Well, for whatever it's worth, from fan base to fan base, us 12s, we do wish you guys the best of luck, and it's going to be a good time.
Yeah, for sure.
For you.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's all I care about.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a selfish bastard. Yeah.
I mean, I might have a great time.
Shaq, would you really have a great time watching Sam Darnold mop us up if that's what happened? Like, that'd be cool for you?
I mean, while Sam Darnold's driving down the field, I'm going to be on Walk to Football scouting.
So, Shaq, I get the sense
what's going to spoil it. What's going to spoil it for Shaq, though, is if it's actually Charbonnet who scores 4 touchdowns for the Seahawks.
That would ruin it. I'll join you guys and be like, well, this game ass.
So, Shaq, are you in a no-lose situation here? Because I get the sense that you wanted to hold on to Darnold here. And so if Darnold rips it up, you look good. If the Vikings win, you look good. Like
the Vikings win, it's more so I don't really look good. It's more so I feel like we just won a meaningless game because I don't think this team is ready for the playoffs. Even though I do want Jonathan McCarthy to get some playoff experience, it's just going to be embarrassing. So even talking playoffs is a reach. So I'd rather just see what we got, lose with dignity, and start talking draft.
Oh, we've suffered through a few of those seasons for sure.
Yeah, it's not fun, but yeah, Shaq rather say "I told you so" than have our team do good, like some other fans with Jonathan McCarthy.
Hey, look, it's hard to resist. It is.
All right, Adam. Well, thank you for joining us, man, and we really appreciate it.
Hey, appreciate you guys. Yeah, thanks a ton. And I'm just going to leave with a Russell Wilson-esque Go Hawks.
Skol. All right. Hey, he saved that segment because I couldn't find a Seahawk fan, which I'm surprised. Like, they're 8-3. They should be popping right now. And
you could have had me.
I hit up all the TikTokers that were doing all their videos and talking about JSN this, JSN that. I was like, come talk about JSN on our show. And unfortunately, he had a partner that was going to join us too, but this night was going to work out for him because he was on a plane.
That's pretty good.
Purple
Seahawks and Colts in the Super Bowl.
No way. No, not happening.
Sam Darnold versus Daniel Jones. Let's do it.
Put that ticket down. $10 on that thing. Put that ticket down right now.
That might be $100,000.
No, I wouldn't be that much, but it'd be some good money.
I mean, I think it's actually possible. I think those you wouldn't get great odds on that.
I don't know. After they lost.
All right. It's time to go around the Gallahorn. This is where we give our hot takes, not predictions, hot takes. Go ahead, Michael Fish.
The last time the Minnesota Vikings lost in an embarrassing fashion where they did not score a touchdown, and they lost by almost exactly the same score in exactly the same fashion. The following week, the defense responded and dominated their opponent, which happened to be a pretty good offense. History is going to repeat itself this weekend.
I like that. I like that outside of the Eagles game because the Eagles' running game was supposed to be really good. Hasn't been on fire this year like everyone's expecting. And they shut down what we would think is the best running game in the league outside of Jonathan Taylor is the Lions game. Like, we shut down Gibbs. So shutting down their offense, and especially if they rely heavily on that run game with being the 31st.
Every other week, we give up the running yards and then we shut it down. And what did we do last week? We gave up the running yards. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I like that because I would rather see the Seahawks become the first-ranked pass attempt team against us versus the 31st. And I actually really, I'm going to buy that. I'm going to buy that all the way, Fish.
So my hot take pretty much is I feel like this is the first time in KOC's career with the Minnesota Vikings that his ego is being questioned. And now he has to have an ego death with maybe he's not that great of a quarterback coach or offensive guru that the media and the fans and even himself has hyped him up to be. And now he has to take a hard look in the mirror and decide how can he make this offense better than it's been, because I feel like he's been rising slowly since his first year with us, but it started to stagnate. And with teams catching on to the things we like to do and his occasional trick plays out of nowhere that doesn't do us no good more times than not, he has to take a hard look in the mirror and see that he needs to start studying the full aspects of running the offense, meaning don't just run the ball just to run the ball. Know when to run the ball and how to counteract or have how to mirror the run game with the pass game. So teams don't know that we're actually going to run the ball, or teams don't know if we're actually going to throw the ball or do a play action. So my hot take basically pretty much is this is the first time in KOC's career with us that he's having to suffer an ego death. And he is much needed because he wasn't going to change if he didn't suffer this loss.
You buying that, Cody?
Yeah, I'll still buy that because I think KOC, his ego is bruised because I think he's going to go more into what I got for my hot take, but arguably he tried to fix the O-line and the O-line wasn't ready to start the year. And I think that's where disaster happened for us. So I agree with that.
Well, Robert, I'll say to that, we could have been his first year and his second year could have been positive, and his third year is just Kirk got hurt his second year. He could have. I feel like he still could have made the playoffs that second year. It's just we start off 0-4. Yeah, it looked bad, but he started to pick up rhythm, and then Kirk Cousins got hurt. So I know we do good one year and bad the next, but he actually showed that we could have been back-to-back playoff teams. First time since 98, I think it was. 98, 97, or what was it?
Yeah, it's like 98, 99. And then that's like the last time that we had double-digit win seasons back-to-back.
So
That's crazy. We've gone like 25 years without having back-to-back double-digit win seasons, and that's a pretty low bar. What do you got, Cody?
So I'm going to say, as my hot take, is we had so many high hopes to start the year. My hot take was the season was dead to start the year. The season was dead in the offseason. That is going to be my hot take, because we were complaining about why we signed old man Ryan Kelly. He's going to get injured within the third game of the year, right? Christian Darrisaw wasn't even healthy to start the year. We're starting out with a rookie quarterback, right? We have 27 new players on this roster and turnover. We don't know if Kevin O'Connell can even run the ball, right? We added Jordan Mason thinking he was. You knew that wasn't going to happen. So my hot take is the season was dead because of all those things.
Ryan Peterson.
What do you think about that one, Fish?
I don't know that that's that hot. I mean, a lot of people were saying it to us, and we just didn't want to believe them. A lot of people brought up those exact same points, and we just didn't believe them. But I mean, it's true. You know, we signed 2 defensive tackles and gave them quite a bit of money, and they haven't done any. As a matter of fact, none of our free agents have done anything really to help to improve this team in what we thought was going to be something. We thought we had a Super Bowl roster. Will Fries, oh yeah, he's coming on. Okay, yeah. I mean, granted, maybe one of us might have said every single one of these guys is coming off an injury. Every single one of them.
Not Isaiah Rodgers.
I had something else to say about him, but as far as he has been the least detrimental, I would say the neutral, maybe good free agent that we've signed. He's the best of what we signed in free agents.
That's the reason why we need to fire Cam. Draft picks and free agents, they died.
Yeah, because we were saying no draft picks, but these free agents are going to be really good and we're going to be good. Well, the free agents have
not been good.
Been terrible.
We found out why they're still free agents,
or
why they were available. Like, I really thought Hargrave and Allen was going to be a special thing. I thought, man, these guys might both get close to 10 sacks.
Yep.
I don't even think they're close to 10 sacks combined.
No, not even close. I thought the same thing. Looking back now, you can look at it like, man, yeah, the season was dead before it even started.
I wasn't expecting anything from Allen. My first reaction was we signed the wrong defensive tackle from Washington. I mean,
the
he
available
wasn't
one.
it. I know, but just saying, can we get the other guy?
Probably in 2 years.
Hargrave, I had some hopes for, though, because I knew what he could be. And unfortunately, he's only flashed it a couple of times.
Right.
I think I was pretty much spot on about Ryan Kelly, though.
Yeah, nailed it.
Week 3.
I didn't think it would be concussions, though, but you did nail that one for sure.
I mean, I said, what, neck or knee with him, and
so Robbie says season was over when we let Sam walk, and my hot take kind of goes against that. And mine is our biggest offseason mistake wasn't letting Sam walk, and it wasn't letting Daniel Jones walk, because we weren't going to sign Sam Darnold to a long-term contract, and Sam wasn't going to sign for 1 year. And Daniel Jones, we did actually offer him more money than the Colts. He just felt he had a better opportunity to start over Anthony Richardson, which hindsight, maybe he didn't, because look at what's going on with McCarthy. But it worked out because Anthony Richardson got injured. So, that worked out for both of them. But neither of those was our biggest mistake. Signing Ryan Kelly wasn't our biggest mistake. Bringing in Will Fries wasn't our biggest mistake. Our biggest mistake was not taking Aaron Rodgers up on his offer. Aaron Rodgers was willing to come play for us for $10 million. And not just come and play for us. He actually said he would mentor JJ McCarthy. And that actually means something, because nowadays you have these quarterbacks that say, I'm not mentoring that kid. That's not my job. That's not my job. He's trying to take my job. I have no responsibility to mentor him. We brought in all these free agents that maybe if we had, some better quarterback play, things would be looking a little bit different right now. Maybe we're a 6-win team right now, and a 6-win team with the schedule we have left, we could probably take this division. So we didn't need to sign Sam Darnold to a long-term deal, because I do still think JJ McCarthy is the future, but we should have had a veteran in front of him, and not just while he was injured like last year, like where he's the legitimate backup quarterback. He's coming in number 2, but meanwhile, you're developing him and working on his mechanics, and you got Aaron Rodgers there helping him with that. So to go with that, I'm going to say the only way Aaron Rodgers is not our quarterback next year is if Brosmer doesn't ball out these last 6 games. Otherwise, I think this team is going to bring in Aaron Rodgers. It's going to be a year late. It probably is not going to go well, but JJ McCarthy, the mentorship will be worth that ride for me. Mm-hmm. So I think that the biggest mistake of the offseason was not taking up Aaron Rodgers on his offer, and I do think Aaron Rodgers will be a Viking next year.
I wish I knew the episode me and Cody was begging for Aaron Rodgers to come to Minnesota. I wish I did too,
I don't remember that one.
Oh, I do.
Because we was talking about it. He was like, nobody wanted Aaron Rodgers for $10 million. He was like, what's the worst that could happen? Oh, he's going to ruin JJ McCarthy's mental and stuff.
I just thought it was.
You have to find that one for me, because all I remember is Coach saying, I want to see what we got in the kid. We got to see what we got in the kid. I don't want Aaron Rodgers.
I wanted that until we heard about what KOC said about Aaron Rodgers. Because I said the season hindered on how good can JJ McCarthy be. The quarterback fails, this team will fail. And it failed.
I mean, yeah, you could say that about any team. The quarterback fails, and then the team's going to fail.
I'd like to address this question. I think that the protection would be better because it would be Aaron Rodgers calling out the protections and not our offensive linemen.
That's true.
And don't get me wrong, I do think we'd be in a better position. I think we still would, we'd be in the playoff hunt right now, still legitly in it, not clinging to it, begging, with our lives. I like the mentor aspect of it. And Zoe, you could laugh all you want about saying he ain't gonna develop nothing. I think JJ McCarthy could learn a lot from a multiple MVP who's been in this league for 20 years.
A Super Bowl champion MVP.
Super Bowl champion, yes.
Back-to-back MVPs at that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was on board, and I'm not saying I fault them for that. I do, because they knew more than we did. They knew more than we did. But they sold us that JJ McCarthy was ready, and I bought that. So at that time, no, I did not want Aaron Rodgers on this team, because I was like, why? If JJ McCarthy's ready to go, ready to rock, let's get him in there.
Mm-hmm. As a matter of fact, I remember saying something similar. It's like, nope, I'm ready to ride with the kid. Let's begin his story. Let's go. I don't want to delay it any longer.
Jordan Love came out and was a good quarterback after playing behind Aaron Rodgers for 3 years. I don't know what kind of point you think you're making here, Zoe.
And actually, he never said he'd mentor Jordan Love. He was actually resentful of the fact they drafted Jordan Love because they moved up to draft him.
And the thing is, we're just looking
at drafting receiver. Drafting receiver.
Are we winning a Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers?
Possible.
No, but he's gonna help us win one with JJ McCarthy.
Yes, that is the answer Keith just answered right there. Right? Again, Vikings love these veteran quarterbacks. Ain't going to win us anything. They're going to fold in the playoffs. But I would rather have Aaron Rodgers on this team looking back in the offseason just to mentor J.J. McCarthy going forward.
I tell you what, I'll run the risk of folding in the playoffs versus being 4-6 and talking about who we're going to get next year for a quarterback. I'd rather be having that show right now than this one. I'd rather be talking about how our Hall of Fame quarterback is about to take apart that defense that you just lauded because he's a Hall of Fame quarterback, even though he's long in the tooth, than the show we just had, where every single person picked the Seahawks except for me. I'd rather have that show.
You wouldn't want to talk about Week 19?
I'm saying I would rather have that show talking about the playoffs than this one we're having right now talking about the offseason when we're 4-6.
I remember last year's show. I remember the Kirk Cousins 4th and 8 dump off show. I remember.
Everybody should remember that show. That was our launching show. What I'm saying is I'd rather have a show right now at this part of the season where we're in it. We're behind a Hall of Fame quarterback saying we've got a chance versus the actual despair that we're feeling right now.
And those are honestly our best shows. Like when we lost to the Rams in the playoffs, I think that's probably one of the most views we got.
So biggest mistake, not bringing in Aaron Rodgers.
And in hindsight, being 2020, I absolutely agree with you.
Yeah.
I could find a bigger mistake. Not finding Quasi and hiring Shaq to be the GM.
That'll be a close second for me, Shaq, okay?
I'm just saying. But I get it. We don't need Super Bowls. We just need hope. Right, Rose?
Well, sometimes you don't win a Super Bowl in a year.
No. 6 to 8 years, remember, boys?
It's a good thing we took you so serious when you said that, Cody. Not a single one of us laughed at you when you said that.
We all get our, what do you say, nut? I hope to win that for 6 years.
All right. Let's get out of here. But before we do, let's go ahead and get the Purple Prophecies, our predictions. Who's ready?
I'm going to say Max Brosmer has the best quarterback statistics for the Minnesota Vikings for the 2025 season against Seattle Seahawks.
So he'll have like the most yards, most touchdowns, and least interceptions out of any game?
Yep.
Okay.
That's what I'm calling.
All right. Fish?
Eric Wilson is going to have an Isaiah Rodgers-esque game against Seattle Seahawks, similar to what Rodgers did to the Cincinnati Bengals. He is going to force a fumble and have a sack, maybe even an interception.
What do you got, Shaq?
The Vikings will have more rushing yards than passing yards this game.
Damn, that goes against mine. Unless they run for like 250. I'm going to say that Max Brosmer will have more passing yards than Sam Darnold in this game.
Ooh.
How's my go against yours, though?
Because if we have more rushing yards, that's going to be hard for him to have more passing yards than Sam Darnold.
I mean, we can put up 50 points.
Me and Keith.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like 250. Unless they run for 250, that's the only way that's going to happen.
50 points. It's possible.
Keith, no. Tanya, why? Why not? I mean, I don't think Brosmer's going to have to throw for even 300 yards in order to have more than Sam Darnold. Seahawks have a top 5 rushing defense. We became well aware of that. Do we have Ghost on our team? We got Ghostbusters.
What I like about our defense versus JSN and the amount of pass attempts that Seattle has is we play a cover 2 shell still. 64% of the time we still play cover 2 shell and are blind for us. So I don't
Playing
see
Madonna shell defense.
we're still at 64% cover 2 shell. I don't see like teams would load the box to stop the amount of run attempts. We don't load the box ever. We just send blitzes and straight line down the field. That's why we give up so many yards. So
Well, if you're watching this on YouTube and you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, please do that. That helps us out a lot. We're going to go ahead and get out of here. So we got plans and prepping to do for Thanksgiving tomorrow. Cody, final words.
Final words. Hey, y'all have a great Thanksgiving. Be safe about it. If you're going to deep fry your turkey, don't put that thing in frozen. All right. If you didn't take your turkey out of the freezer last or the beginning of this week, don't even worry about cooking it. You're just eating sides this week. But other than that, have fun with it. Enjoy the family that you got around you. And if you don't have family out there, hey, go find someone to eat dinner with. All right. Go find some friends to hang out with, to eat dinner with. Don't be alone on these holidays. It's the biggest suicide rate in the United States right now is because of these holidays, and you're being alone. Don't be that guy or that person, that woman. Go out and find someone, hang out with them, enjoy your holiday, right? Enjoy your holiday with friends and family.
Shaq.
Continue what Cody said. Yeah, make sure you guys, family, friends, or just be around people who love you and you love, to have a good spirit, because tomorrow's not promised, but make sure you make the most of today and enjoy the holidays. Minnesota fans is not looking great, but enjoy the team we have. You can still watch the game, look forward to certain players making plays. We don't always got to win to have a exciting, year. We can always, find joy in the little things.
Like a fish.
For Vikings fans, by Vikings fans, I am so thankful for all of you 26 people still watching us right now at 11 o'clock as we're locking it up, and we appreciate you for sticking with us. Just save all the deviled eggs and turkey skin for your boy right here. That's where I'm at. Just keep it coming. Don't worry about it. I'll handle it all. Any unwanted sweet potato casserole, I'll take that too. Appreciate it. And but anyway, this is about gratitude. This holiday is about gratitude, and then on Friday we can go to greed. But yeah, be safe. Travel easy. Give yourself plenty of time. And love you guys to 20 more years. Skol.
All right, that's our show. We will be live following the game against the Seahawks, and that's a later game. That's an afternoon game. I like it here on the West Coast. It means it's at 1 for me instead of 10 a.m. Perfect. That means aftercare will be a little bit later, but aftercare will happen. So we will see you guys for an event or celebration. Have a great Thanksgiving. Let's Skol.
Let's go.